What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast. I am your host, Cody Adams, and as always, I am joined by my co-hosts, Steve Crowley and Jacob Pierce. We are coming to you on August 6th, 2026, aka the worst time ever if you're a basketball fan. It's going to be the worst week ever. It's just so boring. There's nothing going on. But it's been about 2 weeks since you last heard from us, so there's been a move that happened that has basically shifted the landscape, and that is LeBron James going to Philly. If you haven't already heard, which I can't imagine you haven't, but before we get into all of that, boys, how are we in these dog days of
It's
summer?
definitely the fucking dog days. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, why would you not spread out, like, Summer League? Or, like,
Yeah.
I don't, like, why did we have to have Summer League that close to the season, too? Like, why couldn't we do Summer League, like, a couple weeks later?
I mean, it does seem like it was like 2 weeks. Why is it 2 weeks? It should just be, I guess it's because it's in one location, right? You can't have these guys in Las Vegas for a whole month.
I mean, they're trying to push Las Vegas for a team, so why not keep them there for a whole month, you know?
Well, one, I mean, these guys have families and they don't live there, so it probably gets a little bit expensive. Two, probably not wise to keep a bunch of 18 through 21-year-olds in the city of Las Vegas for a month. There's a lot of trouble you can get into there.
I don't know. That seems like a great test to me. It seems like, hey, this is your first big test, guys. Don't fuck up while you're in Las Vegas for a month. And then if you don't fuck up, then that's a good thing. If you do fuck up, we know who you are.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you'd hope these guys are professionals, but because they're young, I think the NBA maybe would want to keep a tighter leash. But either way, it didn't have to happen so close to the end of the season, like you said, Steve. It could be like now and get us like a nice little appetizer until we can roll right into football, and then a month later we're right back into basketball. It's just a bit weird.
Silver duck in the NFL again. He doesn't want it this close to the preseason for football.
It would be embarrassing. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, how mad is James Harden going to be if he retires before they make a Las Vegas team?
James Harden participates in Summer League every year and just never actually signs to a team.
He unretires to join the Las Vegas team. He's like, oh, I'm retired. And he's like, wait, what? I get to fucking play next to a casino? The fuck?
He just never actually retires. He never announces his retirement. He's always like, hey, I'm a free agent, guys. Like, hey, let me just play on your Summer League team. And then
I wonder how much of the economy in terms of influx of cash James Harden makes up in the city of Las Vegas whenever he's in. It has to be like the majority percentage of the amount of money going in and out of that place.
Well, I don't know about Vegas because you got all the high rollers gambling, but like if you're talking about Atlantic City, you're talking about when he goes down to Atlantic City, like he probably floats that or Magic City. Like,
I mean, if you're it's gonna be like fucking, that's your busy season when James Harden shows up.
That's your fucking Super Bowl. That's your Super Bowl right there.
It's Harden and Bruno Mars carrying Vegas.
You're making your yearly month house payment for that fucking week if James Harden's there. But alas, maybe that's why he went to. Well, I can't imagine he was too happy to go to Cleveland.
He thought he was going to LeBron, dude.
He thought that he was going to. He probably thought he was going to play with LeBron. That's why he opted out of his contract too. But
yeah, and I guess speaking of that, LeBron legitimately the day after we filmed our last episode about 2 weeks ago, and Steve, I got to give you credit. You called it. You said that, you have a feeling he's going to go play in Philly. LeBron then the next day goes and signs an 8-year, $2 million, 8 million per 2-year contract with the Philadelphia 76ers to go play with our guy, Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, essentially creating this current version of the NBA super team.
I mean, to be fair to you, if LeBron signing for 8 years wouldn't surprise anybody, I don't think. I think that they'd be like, oh yeah, no, that's just LeBron. He's going to sign an 8-year deal.
I'd be very happy. I mean, I get 8 more years of the GOAT just, playing very solid basketball. It's not LeBron at 23 basketball, but it's LeBron at 43 almost, basketball, which is still about 20 points a night and the best basketball mind you've ever seen. So it's just he's going to go take those talents and go play down in Delco. So good for him. Bad for us.
Look, if I told you in 2014 that LeBron went to the Sixers and Paul George went to the Celtics, how pumped would you be?
If you said when, I'm sorry.
In 2014, if I told you that Paul George was on the Celtics and LeBron was on the Sixers.
2014 Paul George, 2014 Celtics, I'd be ecstatic.
I was going to say we're bad.
It's like, but it's like the worst years of our lives in terms of Celtics fandom.
Now you're looking at it like 10, 12 years later. You're looking at, hey, Paul George is on the Celtics and LeBron's on the Sixers. You're going, oh fuck.
Both are old as fuck.
I know.
They're both old as fuck, but LeBron is still LeBron at this point.
LeBron is a much better player at this juncture than,
yes.
I hate to fucking dive into this, but
don't second guess yourself.
The detractors on Paul George, Steve. He's always been a much better
at this
player.
point. This is just being a realist. Yeah.
He's always been a much better player.
It's just what it is. It's LeBron James. We're not saying that like Lonnie Walker Jr. right now is a better Paul George.
With
We're saying
Jokic,
LeBron
Maybe.
James. That's what I'm saying. Jokic saves everybody. That's what I was saying this morning. He might save Lonnie Walker's career.
I mean, Lonnie Walker can shoot the deep ball, so if he can just get that shot in rhythm, I mean, he could have a Tim Hardaway. For a guy who's basically been out of the league, he could have like a Tim Hardaway-esque career where he's just junior, where he just, forever gets
or Tim Hardaway senior at that point.
I'm happy. I'm very happy for Lonnie because I remember like Lonnie like had a chance here and he was for real as hell. We just had such a stacked roster of young guards, especially we want to develop, so he just didn't really fit in that well, but I think Lonnie could do some work with Denver and basically save his career. I think.
I mean, how many guys has Jokic gotten paid over the years? I mean, like look at the track record of guys that were on the Nuggets and they got paid and they left, and now they're just like, oh, that guy's getting that much money.
I mean, Bruce Brown's back with the Nuggets and he's playing well again. So it's like
he is. He's the tide that lifts all ships. Like Jokic just lifts everybody up around him.
Bruce Brown's a very good hooper. I don't mean to shit on him, but like he plays much better with fucking Jokic, and obviously as compared to when he was on the Raptors and he got paid. Nobody there to lift your boat there.
Jakob Poeltl is not gonna make you a better player on the basketball court.
Yeah. One thing I just looked up and related to the LeBron sweepstakes is that James Harden's still not signed with the Cavs.
Yeah, and a lot of people were speculating.
I thought he signed an extension.
No, he declined it to fit. He didn't do the Draymond where he signed immediately after. He has not signed yet. Draymond took the L and signed, but
I thought they restructured his deal so it was going to be a long-term deal.
That's what they're talking about, basically.
I think they're debating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we saw. Okay. Because I remember we were talking about this in the group chat, and it was like, you're going to give Donovan Mitchell $50-something million a year when he's going to be 30-something years old, and then you're going to have a long-term deal with James Harden too at the same time. Like it didn't make sense, but
that was I think that's what they're still talking about at least a 2+ year extension with James Harden at 37 years old. But
he should go.
Their
options
are
the Rockets.
super limited.
I think he should go to the Rockets if the Rockets are smart. Yeah, I mean, you never want to hinge on James Harden, but imagine what that would do for that team with their deficiencies.
It would be a good basketball story.
Two great ball handlers, too, because you're going to have Fred VanVleet coming back and James Harden to play alongside KD.
I mean, he's exactly what they need.
Yeah. I mean, but
what's their defense is crazy.
What's his relationship with KD like? Because, I keep seeing these burner account stuff coming back up that I forget about somehow. I always forget about it, and then all of a sudden somebody will tweet fucking triple-double cocaine bear, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he was, ripping the shit out of everybody. Is James Harden in there somewhere? I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think they have a bad relationship. I mean, they did team up in Brooklyn, post those Oklahoma City days. So I don't think they're obviously Russell Westbrook and KD had issues. But I never thought James Harden got that. James Harden just kind of went over the Rockets and.
I didn't think so either, but I mean, we've seen the way KD's been talking on the internet recently.
That's also the thing.
He's saying, "Oh, me joining a 73-win Warriors team is not as big a deal as the Sixers built the way they are." What are we talking about?
What he essentially was saying is that his team, comparatively speaking, which is the best basketball team I think any of us have seen in our lives,
other than the 24 Celtics. Yes.
Meaning the 2014, 2024 Celtics might actually have had a case. Yeah. 2014 Celtics, just in my heart. There's some lovable guys from still.
Amir Johnson.
Talking about was it 70? It was 2018 through 20. Golden State Warriors.
They lost in 1920, I believe, to the Raptors.
Yeah, and then KD goes to Brooklyn to play with James. But anyways, he said essentially that team, as compared to this new Philadelphia 76ers team with JB, LeBron, Maxey, Edgecombe, all the guys, is that the Sixers team is a better team, more of a super team than his Warriors. Which
him joining a 73-9 Warriors team.
It's patently false, and it's I literally think it's just KD trying to like be somehow involved in this little media storm that's happened over the past 2 weeks. He's just trying to get involved somewhere, and
he's like, "Look at me!"
Is so ridiculous. Yeah,
no, it was just more annoying than everything. And it takes really bad when like, because he's a hooper, hoopers. So that people are like gonna be like, "Come on, you can't like." You got to take him at his word. He knows more than us. Like everyone was just like, no, that is every casual is like, that is the worst take of all time. Like no one was like, let's hear him out. He's a Hall of Famer. No, it was just like the stupidest take ever. It's just like categorically just didn't make sense. Like you said.
Now we haven't seen the Sixers team play. I will give him that credit. What if they go 80-2?
But I mean, it's just categorically wrong. I mean,
But what if they go 80-2 and win the finals? Would it be categorically wrong then?
He should have compared it to his own Nets thing.
When he said it would be categorically wrong.
When he said it is absolutely wrong. As of today's date, it's still wrong. So yeah, I'm just giving him a little bit of grace in the sense that maybe he's very high on this Sixers team.
No, I just think that I think he's just trying to make himself look better again.
He basically just called LeBron the GOAT. So that's basically what he said. If he actually thinks that this is,
it's not even a hot take at this point, in my opinion. That's like the correct take. I mean, listen, Jordan, Kobe. People who say Kobe they're wrong, but I understand it. But I don't think any of those guys ever say. I mean, maybe some do. MJ. But.
I watched some '80s finals tape recently. It was pretty rough. It's really rough watching any old tape. I appreciate the greats, but holy crap.
It's almost a different game.
They just didn't play defense, man.
Well, a lot of back to the basket, pound the, give it to the big man and let him try and score.
Everyone's standing around. Like now it's so fucking chaotic and crazy now. It's just like, it hurt my brain to even watch. Like, holy fuck, dude. They're all just standing in place, like flat footed, like the most possessions. If they're guy that is, even when someone would be dribbling up to the 3-point line, they'll like back up to the paint. They'll be like, I'm just going to wait here to see if you drive. And that was basically the defense.
Yeah. And Ryan Russillo, I mean, Simmons is a historian of the game. He obviously grew up in these times, so he's familiar with it personally, but he's studied it. He still holds down MJ as the best ever. And, what am I going to say? MJ's it's 1A, 1B. But like, he's had to have, Russillo has the correct take where he's just like, just watch the game. It's bad basketball a lot of the times. It's almost a different game. I don't know who Russillo's GOAT is, but I would imagine it was probably LeBron.
To be fair. Fucking Chris Paul.
It's not Trae Young. I know that.
He loves
Chris
Paul.
Hates Trae Young.
To be fair, I mean, the basketball is bad, but if the basketball is bad and there's no movement, that means that there's 5 sets of eyes on you when you have the ball. And MJ was still getting 30-something a game. So, that's pretty
a lot more physical and harder of a game. Like, you have to almost have a different skill set than you do now. Yeah.
It's just different eras at this point. I mean, like, I don't have a firm stance on either one. Like, I'll go watch the Last Dance documentary and be like, there's never been a player better than Michael Jordan. And then I'll go watch LeBron play. I'll watch old 2008 LeBron on the Cavs when he just carried that team to the finals. And I'm like, yeah, this guy is unstoppable. There's never been a better player than that. So it's like, I flip-flop on it. I don't care enough to have an opinion solidly on one side or the other. It's 1A, 1B to me. It
just boils down to
both the best ever.
Yeah,
the generation gap is too big. Yeah. It's just way too big.
Yeah.
Kareem's the GOAT of like the early generation, then like Michael Jordan's middle, and then LeBron's current. Is how it really.
The OG was
Wilt Russell.
Yeah, but Bill Russell got 11 of them things, you know.
But it's almost the one thing. If I ever try to find an objective criteria, I'd be like in a one-on-one situation, I'm just gonna give it to the guy who's way bigger, and not way bigger, but he is bigger. He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot of goddamn 11. He's 280 pounds, and he's faster, stronger, can jump. Maybe not jump higher than Michael Jordan, but
jump
equivalent.
the same they can jump pretty similarly at
their fingertips are probably going to be around the same height when they're finished jumping.
But even when you say that in a one-on-one situation, who are you going to win? LeBron's best ability is his fucking passing, his fucking floor general aspect of his game. So that takes away his best aspect, which I think is much better than Jordan's was, in my opinion.
I mean, like the thing is, the only thing I would argue with that is like, hey, if you just want the biggest guy, then just Shaq is the best player that's ever played the game, because there's nobody that's ever played the game that would stop Shaq in his prime.
Yeah, but I can say that Shaq, if he just cared about his career more, he would be better. He would have a better career. Like he always showed up at the camp out of shape. He just didn't have it on the level that Jordan and James have. He's close. He's very fucking close.
For sure, but I'm just saying, for your argument of like, hey, just give it to the bigger guy. That's how I'm gonna like say who's best of all time. It would be Shaq, because like there's nobody
prime Shaq.
There's nobody
LeBron
ever.
James in a one-on-one.
It's prime Shaq. Like Shaq
put Ben Wallace. Just put Ben Wallace on him. That the Ben Wallace. It's so funny that Ben Wallace is the best cover I've seen. Obviously, I think Shaq still put up crazy numbers, but clearly did worse than other finals and struggling. But it's funny that Ben Wallace gave him like the hardest finals run.
The greatest undrafted player of all time.
Every time I look up Ben Wallace, because I know he's short for the position, every time I look it up, he's like somehow shorter. He's like Wallace
now
is
he's
6'11".
Now he's no. Honestly, you'll see people be like he's 6'5", but the afro you know what I mean? Like he was he was Draymond Green back then, basically. Draymond's small as fuck, honestly, too.
He didn't quite have the offensive ability Draymond had, but his defensive ability was unparalleled.
Way cooler too, obviously.
And he was fucking awesome.
That's a low bar.
Draymond,
it is. And Ben Wallace is the coolest guy ever. Ben Wallace is literally like watching his highlight tapes. I want to like run through my glass fucking door. Ben Wallace's highlight tapes are crazy.
He had to be one of the most scariest guys in the NBA, despite being one of the shortest ever for his position.
Seemingly very nice too.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a great fucking dude. The Wallaces or Rashid was the problem child, and Chauncey Billups ended up being too, right?
Oh yeah, no, Rashid's chill now, but Chauncey's the one getting in trouble now. Tayshaun Prince was and Rip were the two like quiet guys who were just kind of like vibing, and you know,
quiet wings
chilling.
that were just really just ripping everybody.
They had very long careers, if I'm not mistaken, too, just hanging around, probably because of that aspect. Like
Tayshaun Prince played for the fucking Celtics at one.
I was going to say we saw Tayshaun probably in 2014.
Yeah, I was probably right about that. Like it's crazy.
Oh boy. But LeBron, Sixers, I guess we haven't got your opinions on tape. What do you guys think? Steve, you first. What do you think about this Sixers with LeBron?
I mean, offensively, they're going to be fine. I mean, you have probably the greatest passer and the greatest floor general the game's ever seen, and LeBron James. So everybody's talking about, usage percentage, but like LeBron's going to figure out a way to make all that work. I don't think that you're too worried about that. And also like the amount of games that Embiid and LeBron are going to miss this year for rest / rehabilitation / Embiid actually getting hurt. Like there's going to be shots to go up for the rest of the guys. And if VJ Edgecombe wants to be upset that he's not getting his shots as the 5th option on the team as a 2nd-year player, or 3rd-year player, sorry, bud. Like
second, it would be a second.
That's like JB coming off a 28-point per game year. Maxi's coming off almost 30 points a game. That one of the all-time greats in LeBron. Joel Embiid's an MVP when he plays. Like, sorry, but
it would be like Jaylen Brown being like, Kyrie Irving, you need to give me the ball more. What are you doing handling the ball that much?
It just doesn't work.
No,
so I mean, offensively, I think they'll figure it out, but I think just defensively is going to be where they're going to struggle. Like that's something that like people aren't looking at enough. I mean, LeBron is like we give LeBron the credit for being LeBron, but he's also still 40-something years old at this point. He's not going to be your point of attack defender. Maxi's better at it, but he's still undersized. VJ is a good defender, but then you also have JB, who we've seen him zone out on the backside a lot. He's a good on-ball defender, not a great off-ball defender. Embiid, if you take him outside of the paint, he's kind of useless.
Jaylen Brown's a great on-the-ball defender.
Yeah,
not just good.
We've seen him so much just being back cut on over the years. It's just
lapses.
Also, one side note is like I've seen a lot of Celtics fans just shitting on JB now, and I feel like it's kind of a coping mechanism of like, hey, look, he wasn't that good. Look at how bad. It's like Jaylen Brown was never a top 5 defender in the league. It's like Jaylen Brown was like a top 10 defender in the league like every year on ball. Like I can't stress that enough that he took like the toughest assignments at the wing position in a generation run by wings. Like the league is run by wings at this point, and he's still picking them up every night. It's like they're picking and choosing like plays. Like, oh, Jaylen Brown missed a guy who cut on this one and shot out of a double team. It's like, yeah, guess what? That happens. Like when you're a high usage player, it's going to happen. Like it's what it is.
It's sour grapes
mechanism of like shitting on a guy who won a Finals MVP here and
gave his fucking all for the city.
56 wins last year. Like I don't. It's weirdo behavior.
It's grape. Yeah. It's sour grape shit. It's like jilted lover type shit where you're trying to hurt the other person because of how bad you feel, right? And it's never the play. You got fucking traded.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a management call.
The problem is that everybody was talking about he wants to get traded and shit like that. So now they're gonna be, oh, it's his fault that he got traded. It's like, no. Whether he wanted to get traded or not, whether he wanted to spread his wings in another place or not, like.
I think if Jaylen Brown, I don't know. I don't know. I think if all things being equal, if he had the choice, he'd be playing as a Boston Celtic this upcoming year.
I think,
I don't have anything to base that off of.
He definitely wanted to be number one playing for the Celtics, but yeah, the thing is, I think the reaction, the online reactions are always that way. It's like, so it's too far one way and too far the other. We just got to be somewhere in the middle. I don't necessarily want to watch his press conferences on the 76ers, but I also don't want to hate on him. You know what I mean? Like, Celtics need to stop kind of tweeting everything that he's doing. I feel like we need to kind of let it go, because they're tweeting the 76ers press conference and stuff, the Celtics account, or like one of the NBC Boston's account. Like, we need to like let it go, but at the same time, yeah, you're right. Like, we don't need to disparage him. That's for sure.
No, he fucking won us a championship. He's forever good in the city. Forever good. I mean, he should be. It's crazy if he's not. That's really bad. That's a bad gauge on where the Boston fandom is at, if that's the case.
It's the stan culture. I feel like there are a lot of people online that are just so obsessed with the Tatum versus Brown debate that they like just pick one side so hard. Like some people are saying they're just gonna be Sixers fans now, which is crazy. It's like, all right, you're never a Celtics fan, or people being like, "Fuck you, I fucking hate you." You know what I mean? There's like no one just in between of being.
That's right. They're not Celtics fans.
That's like the new generation of fan, though. The new generation of fan with all the access you have to each player. Like Jalen's doing Twitch streams all the time. You can follow the guy.
The Twitter culture.
Twitter. Like I can follow this player and now I have access and I can get NBA League Pass and I can watch him every night on whatever team he's on. Like you can be a fan of a player now, which is like a whole like shift in fandom that you didn't have 20 years ago. Like in 2006, I couldn't be a LeBron fan. You could be a LeBron fan, but I can't be a LeBron fan and watch all 82 LeBron games because, I don't have access to that in Boston.
He was torturing us.
He was killing us.
We weren't LeBron fans.
I'm just trying to think of, like, the best player in 2006, and that's LeBron.
Yeah.
I couldn't be a Dwight Howard fan in 2006.
See, pick any year in our lives. It's the same answer.
Yeah, it's true, actually, yeah.
1997, it's LeBron James, best player ever.
It's just the fandom is just changing. And now it's like, you see the worst part of that on Twitter every night, where it's like, your guy sucks. Why is your guy so fucking bad? Like, my guy's the best. And it's like, they can both be good. One guy doesn't have to suck just because the other one's good. You know what I mean? They can be really good players, and they both are really good players, and that's how we won a championship.
But I don't mean to bring this into a broader discussion of the state of media in the world, but like, hasn't there always been this kind of fucking sour grapes reactionary fan base across of all sport? Like, there's always that little portion that is the worst of the worst. But with Twitter and X, The thing that sells is things that are on the polar ends, right? Like you get the Sixers going nuts, like we're going to win the next 4 championships. And you should feel that way as a Sixers fan. You just got the best player ever and a top 10 player in the NBA. You should feel that way on a team that is a playoff team already. So,
and I'm bookmarking them. I'm bookmarking all the celebrations. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it's a zero-sum game, right? There's only one championship at the end of the year, so you're bookmarking everything. You're hoping that your wins come at the expense of other people's misfortune. So yeah, it does bring out the worst and the best of us because it's competition.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like we're just a good generation for me because I want the Sixers to obviously lose, but it'd be a perfect scenario for me if Jaylen does well in the Sixers. You know what I mean? If it's not due to Jaylen sucking, I want the Sixers to lose and I want their fans to be really sad because I'm an old school fan of sports. Yeah, of course. And I don't want it. I don't necessarily I'm not gonna be hate watching Jaylen. I'm just gonna be hoping he hits all. You know what I mean? He does well.
Yeah, no, everyone else averaging. I'm hoping Jaylen averages 50 for the year, and then the Sixers go 0-82. That would just be the perfect thing that ever happened.
He's all NBA, but they don't make it at all. You know what I mean? That's what I hope.
The one thing and that's exactly right, because my 2 feelings on this, the only thing I really feel about this is that, one, this is great for Jaylen Brown. I'm so glad that LeBron has gone to go on and play with him, and he's getting another fresh start that he seemingly wanted. That whatever he's going, his chances of winning a championship, which I think is his ultimate goal every single year, he's much closer to that now than he was maybe the past 2 years. So good for him. That's the one positive note I have on it, and it's also going to be an interesting basketball experiment. That's the 2 positive aspects, but the negative thing is fuck, Sixers might win the championship this year. That comes at the expense of my team. So those are my 2 feelings, and I think that's because we're all 3 well-adjusted individuals, and Twitter's full of fucking ravenous heathens and computers.
Anger sells. That's what it is. It's anger sells. A good, well-constructed, level-headed tweet is never going to blow up the way JB sucks at basketball. He's actually, should have been, a backup on most teams. It doesn't sell the same.
Nobody likes the most common sense take, right? Everybody likes the hot take. Steve, you're the hot take expert, bro.
Yeah, you can't go on Twitter and say Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are good at basketball. You have to be hey, Jason Tatum was actually just terrible at basketball, and Jaylen carried him all those years. You guys don't understand. Look at the on-off numbers. You can find a number for whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
I'm fine with fans being jilted. Your best player from last year went to the rival, your rival that just beat you in the playoffs. Be angry about it. That's fine, but don't start ripping down the player.
No.
To cope.
If anything, that makes him feel more vindicated. He's going to, we know Jaylen Brown's a very online person. I guarantee he sees this shit and it makes him feel justified of leaving the team or vindicated of some sort. Man, these guys actually didn't love me. That's not true for the average fan who's a Boston Celtics fan. If you don't love Jaylen Brown, you haven't watched basketball the past 10 years. Mm-hmm. Because that guy is a fucking hooper, and he gave everything for the city, and he succeeded when it mattered the most.
He did so much for the city outside of the basketball too.
And of course, he's a great human being
as a player, as a person outside of basketball too, because he wanted to trade, even if he did want to trade or didn't. That's just weirdo behavior too. It was nothing but kind to the city, and he did nothing but help the city. And he still is doing stuff for the city after he got traded. He was still showing up in Roxbury to do stuff for impoverished children and shit like that, even after the trade, just to finish off what he started.
That's the best part about Jaylen, is that his career is going to go on long after. He will be in the media headlines long after he's done playing basketball, because he's so motivated, activated, whatever, invested in the community, however you want to. He's a good dude. And that's the saddest part, is we're losing a good dude here. No matter what you think about him on the court, I can't imagine you think negatively of him on the court. He's a champion. But it's
people just like to make fun of the. I feel people just like to make fun of the Celtics. He in Boston in general. He obviously had some brain dead mistakes. every player literally in the
Yes.
fucking world. But like, I feel like, I mean, maybe it's just we're in our silo too on Twitter and we see all the hate, but it definitely felt like, people just really honing in on the things we already knew. And like, we still loved him through it. You just went through trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? Like, it's just how it
every
goes.
player does. Every player grows. Like LeBron James isn't perfect every single play of every single game. Like it happens, even the best players of all time.
When LeBron retires, he's
finals.
going to. We talked about what would be LeBron's best highlight tape. Like how long is it going to be, his highlight tape? And Steve, you said his overall highlight tape will be 2 hours long. And I think that's right. You can make a super cut of all his best plays ever, and it would be 2 hours long because he's played so long and he's so good. But like, if you really want to break it down, if you're a real sicko hoophead like us, like you could do a 2 hour like greatest passes to assists or whatever.
Yeah.
Highlight tape, greatest dunks,
layups,
greatest defensive plays.
Dunks, greatest defense. Like you could go top to bottom and you could make a fucking 15-hour clip probably just off of LeBron, how long he's played for.
Yeah. I forgot my point. Fuck.
Maybe that you could do similar for Jaylen and all other great players. I don't even know, but that's what I mean. You could do the same for Jaylen now, like 2 hours long of his Celtics highlights.
Oh, I mean, my ultimate point was like, of course, these other fan bases and the freaks on Twitter and X are taking their pound of flesh because we fucking stomped them for 10 years, and Jaylen Brown stomped them for 10 years.
I mean, shit.
And our team was so successful for that expansive time, like. It's sport. It's the nature of sports, right? Like the Patriots went through it with Mac Jones. Everybody took their pound of flesh. Belichick was the biggest casualty, right? Or maybe the game passed him by, but he lost his job. He's the greatest coach to ever fucking coach the game, and he's basically was laughed out of the league at the end.
That stuff's so funny though to just also remember that he's like 70 years old. It's like, okay, yeah, he lost his touch. He lost his touch as a fucking very elderly man. Okay. That just shouldn't take away from his coaching pedigree.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess when people talk about Jordan's legacy, nobody remembers the Wizards.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
The thing. Legacies always, because of the highs of the average of the career, over the course of the career, the legacy tends to always end kind of poorly, comparatively. So people will take their pound of flesh because you destroyed them for 10 years, for the expanse of your, whatever, I
mean, nobody remembers
LeBron's always going to have a Skip Bayless.
I mean, even Robert Parrish played on the Bulls at the end of his career. Like, nobody remembers that. Like, if you play long enough, you're going to end up playing years where, like, you're not the best. I mean, shit, George Gervin played with Michael Jordan. Like,
damn.
That was how George played that long that he was just that, like.
If you told me George Gervin retired in like 2001, I would believe you.
He's one of those guys that pops up on all the lists. It's like, hey, the only player in NBA history to have 40, 20, and 10. It's like, oh, Oscar Robertson and LeBron James. Oh, there's George Gervin's up there. Yeah, he did it against the Bullets back in '72. It's like,
yeah,
it's if you're an all-time great like that, like there's gonna be the end of your career is usually never gonna be good. Like nobody really walks out on top.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you're Tom Brady.
What's the greatest walkout on top? Like Peyton Manning, and
probably Tom Brady, dude. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl the year before.
He came back for one more year and didn't win, and then he retired. Yeah, I think so. That's pretty close. I mean, football is probably the hardest one to win a title in out of all the sports. I would think.
Him winning a championship in that final little era is pretty insane. Like that's like if LeBron wins for the Sixers.
Going twice,
going to the Bucks too, and just being like, hey, this team's usually not very good. They have a decent setup here. Let me just carry it.
Oh, no, he didn't go twice. He didn't go twice with the Bucks.
I don't know if I didn't know about his, I have no
idea.
He
lost to the Rams. So that went on. He lost in that epic Rams game with the Cooper Cup and the NFC Championship. And the Rams went on to win.
He also fucking destroyed the Chiefs in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was demolishing.
We
haven't seen it since the Eagles destroyed the Chiefs in 22 or whatever.
Yeah, he put all those Patrick Mahomes talks to bed. He was like, hey,
when Mahomes loses, he loses, bro.
It's not close.
Although if we're talking Brady,
I mean,
he did tear his ACL right around the time Brady tore his ACL.
I mean, is Patrick Mahomes the Luka Doncic of the NFL?
No, Patrick Mahomes is a multiple-time champion. Relax.
No, but that is the one difference, though. The ones we lost were like heartbreak final play losses with Tom Brady. The Mahomes is funny. Like he's obviously probably top 3 quarterback ever.
Eagles loss was not close at all.
No, it was a demolishing.
that was not a last second loss. That was like, hey, we're just getting the shit kicked out of us for like.
But his team has been pretty bad.
I was gonna say I was saying the opposite. I was saying that like Mahomes, like he's top 3 quarterback ever, but he does not have the Brady. Like Brady never went out sad in the Super Bowl. Like every time we lost, it was like fucking.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Wait,
the Eagles lost.
Brady went out super sad in 2008.
Yeah, and the Eagles lost. He went out sad as fuck.
Yeah. I'm agreeing. I'm just saying Brady didn't. You're right. Brady. I mean, I guess he didn't he end up having like the most yards ever for someone that lost that game. Brady.
That was the 16 Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. That was the Eagles year that they got blown out the whole game, but Brady threw for like 550 yards or something stupid, and the defense.
I'm sorry. See, what was the comparison you made? What did you say about Patrick Mahomes? He's the who of what?
He's a Luka Doncic of football because when they lose, they just get the shit kicked out of them, but when they win, it's like, oh, look at how great he is.
Doncic has never won.
Well, I mean, like when in like a big game when Doncic loses, it's like, all right, you just got like blown out by like 40. Like
maybe
that whole final beat the brakes off.
Maybe more like Steph Curry because Steph Curry got kind of sunned by LeBron in that game. But also,
I mean, that was as tight of a series. It went 7 games.
Yeah, I know. He did, but Steph kind of was seen as like a reason they lost, though.
And then he just came back, and then in 2022 he beat us. And he was the reason they won that.
Mahomes, well, that's the thing. Mahomes is a legendary winner in his own, but his losses kind of stink.
Yeah, and you had a lot more chances to prove it in the NBA than you do in the NFL. Because if you have a bad game, it's over. Like you can have a bad game in the playoffs in the NBA. Yeah,
I mean, all-time greats to go out on top.
I mean, Peyton Manning. Right, that comes.
Did he win and then retire?
Yeah, with the Broncos. But he like the year before that was pretty miserable for him. He had clearly lost a step.
The Broncos defense was so good though that year.
And the Broncos defense was unbelievable.
And he didn't do necessarily well in the Super Bowl. They just ended up winning, right? If I remember correctly, like
I think he lost like his job for half the year. I think they were subbing in that Osweiler guy for a bit for him because he like couldn't throw during the season. But
it was a pure
he had neck issues. Yeah. But it was just fucked up. They dominated that Super Bowl.
Yeah, they just fucked up Cam Newton. I mean, that's where all the Cam Newton bad, like negative takes come from. Is that Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I mean, basketball. Did anybody ever go out on top like that?
Jokic might, because he probably just retire if he wins another and he's done. You know what I mean?
He's the closest one.
Yeah.
No, NBA careers go on for fucking ever, dude. Like these guys, you know.
I mean, they KG went out sad, ended up back on the Timberwolves at the end of his career. Yeah. Like Tim Duncan.
Yeah, Tim's probably up there.
Yeah. He didn't win the last couple of years. He didn't win the last couple of years, but they were competing every year.
They're good. Yeah,
they still
had
16, 15?
I think he retired probably a couple of years after the Kawhi trade, right?
Yeah, which was 13, 14.
Did he play that post Kawhi trade? I don't think he did.
Maybe he didn't.
Because that was
Dirk?
19.
No. Dirk played
2016,
forever.
Yeah, he retired in 2016.
Yeah, he retired like sneaky kind of late.
39 years old.
That was when Kawhi was heating up too, so the team must have been good.
Well, he was off the team at that point.
He was
not Kawhi. Kawhi didn't get traded. Kawhi won in 1920, and that's when he left.
No, what? The Spurs?
Yeah, I'm saying Kawhi. The Raptors didn't win in 60. Kawhi didn't leave the Spurs until after Tim retired.
Is that right?
Yeah, because they
was on that
ended,
team and
Kawhi ended the KD era.
I got that way wrong. Yeah.
So he probably had a 60% winning percentage through his whole fucking career, Tim Duncan.
I mean, 2016, 17, Kawhi Leonard was third in MVP, third in DPOY. 25 and a half points a game, 3.5 assists, 6 rebounds.
I think that was the year that they went out.
And a block a game.
Yeah, dude, Manu was still on that team too. That was the year that they had a chance to win it all, and then the Zaza shit happened.
They won 67 and 15 that year. They lost in the semifinals versus the Thunder.
Did they have Aldridge or no? Or is he after? I think he was way after.
No, they had Aldridge on that team, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they lost to the Thunder. That must have been the young Thunder, right?
No.
15-16 Thunder. That was Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka. Russell Westbrook.
That was it. That was legitimately the end almost of the Thunder.
That was the year they went to the
experiment.
championship,
And they got smoked.
Lost. No, they went to the conference finals and they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, the Klay Thompson games.
This was the game. I think this must have been the game that got KD off of OKC.
Yeah, and then the Warriors lost to the Cavs.
Yes, that was the LeBron comeback.
Preseason, I'm like, fucking.
The NBA dog days got us only looking to the past.
I know
I am bad with years too. Like you, I would have no idea what the fuck was
like,
going on.
Kawhi definitely got traded off the fucking Spurs in 2013. I think that's when he was drafted.
It's funny. It's funny because we talk about Kevin Durant like he had a bad season last year. He played 78 games. He was 26, 5.5, and 5. Like,
no. He's still. I know he had a good year because of fucking that game, 82-0. Any KD era you pick, any KD era. Nets is disgusting too. Even especially the Suns, like anything.
I mean, he literally came a toe length away from basically going to the fucking finals that year, right? He lost to the Giannis team that won it.
Yeah.
Am I correct on that? Yeah.
Yeah. Toe on the line.
Yeah.
Brutal.
That Cavs team in 15-16 was obviously the Kyrie, Matthew Dellavedova team.
Yeah.
If you believe in karma, though, that feels like karma for the Warriors shit, and also him just going from super team to super team. Giannis winning that kind of feels like karma. Going from Warriors to that Nets team.
Timothy Mozgov was on that fucking Cavs team.
Dude, Mozgov was like looking decent for a second because of LeBron.
Oh yeah, I remember because they did the 10-year anniversary. Nobody invited Mozgov. Mo Williams is on that fucking team for some reason. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, former Celtic.
Dellavedova better been in that. Dellavedova was like a fucking my favorite guy on that team. Dellavedova was like literally they'd wheel him out on a stretcher after guarding Steph every game.
Yeah, he said he almost died a couple times. Crazy.
Yeah. I think he went to the hospital twice because he's that fucking crazy. He actually would
he's from Australia.
Yeah, he'd be pacing with Steph. Dude, chasing Steph around like that for 40-something minutes is insane. Like, he was an insane man. The only reason they're close is him.
Mo Williams never played for the Celtics.
No, I get him mixed up with Jameer Nelson all the time. That's who I thought of.
I just think of Terrence Williams, so shout out Terrence Williams.
Jacob, we never got your opinion. The Sixers, LeBron.
I mean, the wicked big delay in between. I
need you to pivot now from the 2015-16 playoffs.
I think they're like better. They're better because I think LeBron will be more of a point guard role. I do, but it's sort of similar issues. I think they'll figure it out easier with the crazy mind like LeBron, but it's still the same issues that were before, like no bench and very top heavy, and see how it goes. Like you're saying, Steve, I don't think VJ can be necessarily out loud mad, but it definitely might fuck his career up a little, that's for sure, because I feel like he might miss out on money not making all-star teams and stuff. I feel like he was kind of on a crazy trajectory. It depends on how long like Jaylen stays and all that, but we'll see. VJ seemed like he was about to take a leap, and now he's going to probably be efficient, but not probably only average like 15 a game, if like, you know what I mean? Like,
developmentally, for sure, I agree with you. Like, he's just not going to have the ball in his hands enough to take that next step, I don't feel.
How do the aprons work with like rookie extension, like max extension, whatever, rookie scale, not rookie scale, but the one right after your rookie scale ends, the max post rookie max contract? Can you sign that deal if it's a play? Like, do you get an extra term with the player, and then after that you can't you can't afford everybody on your roster, something has to go?
Oh, you get your bird rights and stuff like that. You can go over the aprons to sign that, but then after that, like, it still counts as being past the apron, though. Like, you still are going to get fucked by the apron rules.
Yeah, I guess the ultimate thing is like they're not going to be able to pay him.
They'll be able to pay him because I think his deal comes up the same year that like Joel Embiid.
I was about to ask that. Yeah,
depends on how long he stays here, right?
Embiid and somebody else finishes theirs in 2031. I think Both of
They
their
don't have any,
contracts.
they don't have any of their, like, Jaylen Brown's obviously not on the
Jaylen Brown,
contract.
that's the one. That's him and Embiid's both come off the books in 2030.
I think Maxey's does too. I don't think they have anybody on the books for that single year.
So Edgecombe will be on his max deal at that point.
Hopefully he's able to prove it enough.
Yeah, like that's,
they might just give it to him anyways because they know how good he can be, and they know that like they see him in practice every day. They might know like, hey, you could be that guy. You're just not going to get the reps. But
yeah. He's good on defense too. That'll help. I remember. He was doing really. That was one of the things that popped out to me in that series. Like I didn't think he was a scrub all year, but like watching it intensely for a whole 7-game series, I was like, he's freaking giving our wings problems, dude.
But I mean, that's why we have the Sixers pick in 2031. So
yeah, I remember reading that. Like they don't have anybody on the books as of today.
Like if it all falls apart and it doesn't work, and they're not re-signing everybody, and say Jaylen leaves in free agency or something like that, then like that pick's gonna be worth a good.
Either way, I don't think they would pay.
They're not gonna pay Embiid again. We know that.
Well, just assume. Fast forward to 2031, these guys are all going to be. Well, Jaylen will be in his late 30s. He'd be the guy that would go.
Steve, I got
Embiid's
something for
obviously
you.
Might be done.
I saw some Celtics fans joking about the fact that Rondo's kid's going to be right around that class. So, Steve, look out for that. That we draft Rondo's. We draft him with the 2031 Sixers pick.
The internet is such a fucked up place. I should not know what Rondo's son's name is. I'm like, that he's going to get drafted in 2031. Like, that's not information that should be available to just some random guy sitting in his living room.
There's nothing wrong with it, though. He's going to be a fucking professional athlete. Of course, you got to know his name. You watch the sport.
He could be, or he could just be nothing. I mean, you know, Seventh Woods is.
Yeah,
we all remember Seventh Woods. Is one of the best.
Seventh Woods.
Yeah, one of the best high school mixtapes that anybody's ever seen, and he didn't even. I don't even think he played D1 college basketball.
Who is this person?
Just a guy from baller.
It's not Tiger's son.
High school.
No, not Tigers.
No, that's can't remember Tiger's kid's name.
Tiger's son can actually fucking golf, though.
He's a D1 golfer. Like he's a stick.
Yeah.
You better be able to.
He has the same swing as his dad too, which is scary because like that's not repeatable. Like that's what got him injured all those times.
It's true. Gets you far enough to be the GOAT, and then you get injured.
Not all the time.
No, but the first injury that led him down that path was
it's his back. His back is fucked.
Knee. He fucked his knee up doing it too. Charlie's his fucking name.
I know the president. I just got off the phone with the president's guys. He's talking to the cops after he flipped his whip.
It's the funniest thing you can say.
Oh my god, that's like they reported.
What is the cop gonna do? He's gonna be like, okay,
sweet, like he has no jurisdiction on this fucking road in Florida. Like,
there's not many funnier things you can say out loud in that moment than that.
I mean, fucking DeChambeau.
Hold on, I'm talking to the president.
Guys, the president told me I'm good.
DeChambeau said the same thing when they were fucking gonna give him a 2-stroke penalty, and he threatened to call Trump, I guess.
Nah, DeChambeau's a fucking douchebag. I always loved Tiger Woods. I know he's a Trump guy and an asshole in his own right, but Tiger Woods is different than DeChambeau. DeChambeau's a fucking hardo.
Oh, for sure.
That Bryson, when he got hit by the rope, dude, that was the funniest thing ever. He's like,
nobody likes him on the tour. Fucking Rory was shitting all over him. Like,
yeah,
fuck this dude.
No, he's a dick, and he take the live money. If you're gonna take the live money, you got to be like Brooks, and you're just like, I just want what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, be like, I just want the fucking pay. But Bryson's just like so surly that people can't really get over it.
Yeah. Speaking of 2016 Spurs, DeMar DeRozan's a free agent.
I think that was in 2016, but
whatever. It's
Cavs should get him to replace LeBron.
Seriously, I mean, they're one of the teams favorited to go sign him. The Wizards, the Heat, the Nuggets, and the Cavs. Of course, they're all looking to sign this guy.
I want the Raptors just for good old time's sake, but
I don't know if I want the Heat to sign him necessarily.
I mean, they're the only team. They're the team that he's scoring the most out of all those, and that's the one thing that DeMar can do at this time in his life is he could be a consistent 15 to 20 a game.
Nuggets could use him.
Yeah,
it doesn't shoot the three enough. I don't think for the Nuggets.
Definitely more valuable than Christian Brown.
At his pay, that's for fucking sure. Dude's making 25 mil.
I don't know, because I think the Nuggets need spacing, and I think that kills their spacing with DeRozan. I think he doesn't shoot the three.
Hold on, someone just buzzed.
I mean, it's another ugly fucking thing too with the Heat where it's like, hey, if you do sign DeMar DeRozan, it's like, hey, you have Giannis wants to be at the elbow, Bam wants to be at the elbow, and DeMar DeRozan wants to be at the elbow. Who's getting the ball at the elbow? And
why aren't the Celtics in on him?
You already have Paul George and Tatum. Like, what? And you already have Mike Conley. Like, are we trying to get AARP fucking members here? Like, what are we doing? Like, are we trying to
be 30?
Like, it's getting rough out there. Sam House's hairline is looking worse than fucking the receding beaches in fucking Gloucester. Like, it's not great.
Yeah, but then we look at it. If we really look at it, it's like Paul George is by far the oldest, and then everybody's like under 30.
No, Mike Conley is by far the oldest.
Oh, Mike Conley. Yeah, Jesus, I forgot. I keep forgetting. He's not going to fucking play basketball for us this year.
That's just that's a signing where it's like, why?
He's just going to be like a bench coach, a player coach.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, he's good vibes. He's never had a technical in his whole career. That's a fun fact.
That's insane.
He's played for like 19 fucking years and never had a technical.
Are 2 flagrants of technical? No. Technical is just different entirely. Technical is just mouthing off.
You're basically mouthing off with the ref or you're fucking around.
Yeah. But you can get him for jersey violations, right? Like then Chris Paul is a famous video of Chris Paul telling the ref that guy's jersey's on top.
It's a delay game. That's all technical.
Chris Paul's such a cop for that shit.
You're trying to win though. I mean, how do you
blame him? I get it. If he was on my team, I'd be like, yeah.
I love hearing the Jeff Teague story about it because he's talking about the ref and the ref's like, I don't want to fucking call it, but I have to fucking call it. He's right. Jeff Teague has the best fucking stories. Jeff Teague is the fucking Forrest Gump of the NBA. Like he's like every fucking thing that's ever happened. Like he's just there.
He's tangentially involved.
Jeff Teague, the observer.
Dragonfly Jones was saying Ty Lue. Ty Lue's been part of like everything that's ever happened. I think he played with Jordan at one point. He played with Kobe in the Lakers. He got stepped over by
Iverson.
He fucking played with LeBron and he coached LeBron. Like he's like connected to like all like the superstars across like everything somehow.
Yeah,
he's still the head coach, right?
Yeah, he's the coach for probably the best finals ever, and then also was a player in one of the top 5 to 10 iconic moments of the step over. Because that final, I was gonna say that finals has to, like I can't think of a finals that was better than that finals. Like it's
I don't know, 2001.
No, that was
a demolishing.
No. I was talking about like the one he coached. Like that I don't know what storyline. Like that's the Falcons Super Bowl, but for the NBA. Like because the Falcons Super Bowl, I don't know if that can be topped either.
No, that's
I mean, for a single game,
it's a straight movie.
The next damn near fucking copied it for a single game in that finals when they were down by like 30. And De'Aaron Fox like fucking blew that one.
He's the Matt Ryan of the situation.
Well, I mean, the Knicks. this Knicks titles run was pretty fucking impressive.
It was impressive, but not as dramatic. Like that.
What would have been the best would have been the Pacers last year.
Yeah,
that would have been the best.
And
finals
I still stand on that. I think that would have happened. I still think that would have happened for sure if he didn't get hurt.
I mean, Tyrese said magic. Tyrese had magic on his side.
I mean,
they were the team of fucking fate. Everything that could go right went right for that team. Like that fucking. He got the offensive rebound, ran out to the 3, and turned around and shot it. Hit back rim, shot 20 seconds up in the air, and dropped.
Hits the choke. I mean, the greatest fucking choke.
I mean, it would have been better if that was the game-winning shot, and it wasn't a shot to put it into overtime because he just barely didn't get his feet behind the line. But still sick.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Aaron Nesmith going off for like 17 points in a fourth quarter in that fucking Knicks series too, just to fucking keep them alive. Like there was so many crazy things that happened for them that year.
Yeah.
And the year before that, I mean, the year before that, they were good too. They went, I mean, we swept them, but there wasn't a single easy game.
I mean, the Jaylen Brown shot over with Siakam picking his ass at the 3-point line.
Yeah, I mean, shit, Jaylen Brown misses that, then it's a 4-1 series, and we're not looking at it like it was a sweep, you know?
That Tatum,
it's a 4-1 series.
That Tatum pass to Horford's still one of like the cleaner plays of his whole career.
Dude, behind the back bounce pass. And it hit him right in the shooting pocket.
So clutch. So it's like one of the whenever there's a Tatum tape, that's definitely one of the more underrated plays.
He's just got the smoothest game going. Like there's not many smoother players in the NBA than Jason Tatum. Anyways, that's really it. Dylan Brooks signs a 3-year extension.
He deserves
Lonnie
it. Good for him.
Walker.
An actual good player getting actually paid, which is good for him.
No, Dylan definitely. Dylan's like a fun storyline because I do appreciate heels, and he's very much a heel. He's just funny as fuck. Like his antics. Like he's not crossed into really like annoyance like Draymond has yet.
Dylan also hasn't crossed into dirty either the way Draymond has.
No, I honestly can't think of bad Dylan Brooks moments. He kind of just is like snarky and it does funny shit like stomping when someone like does a free throw, something like that. Like he's just funny.
It's crazy.
And he's actually just a good player. He's the highest scorer on last year's Suns playoff team, like for the series that they got bounced in. But he fucking showed up and he tried. Like he plays with Devin Booker. That's about it.
Yeah, basically.
And he made chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yeah, I don't know how they made the playoffs last year. Honestly, looking at their roster.
But we'll see with the Suns. The West is going to be tough for them. Anything else in NBA before we bounce to our fucking socket? Nothing. Steve, what say you?
Steph Curry trade to Boston.
Oh yeah, I mean, so there was a lot of buzz considering the fallout of Jaylen Brown to the Sixers, LeBron going to the Sixers. There was rumors and there was a story that fueled it. John Corrales, I believe that's his name, reporter.
Yeah, he's done a Locked On Celtics. He did like a pros and cons, and if they did the trade, this is what
he created a hypothetical, because it's the dog days. He made a hypothetical trade situation, like what would have happened if Brad wanted to trade for Steph Curry to play with Jason Tatum. People took that and ran with it on X, online, whatever, and basically made that as a fact. Like I was reading things, people saying it with their full chest. Brad Stevens has allegedly reached out to the Golden State Warriors to trade for Steph Curry. And this is all, and Corrales immediately came out, was like, no, this is not, I'm not reporting anything here. I'm just saying this is a what if scenario. He covered his bases, but people took the ball and ran. And since that time, the rampant speculation, people now thinking that's a fact. Steph and JT were playing golf together past week. Steve, what did Steph do recently about trade rumors?
Oh, they said, how do you feel about your future in Golden State? And he said, nothing's set in stone. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know the exact quote, but it was basically like, hey, I can't.
He didn't say no. I'm not.
He didn't say no. I'm not. I'm finishing my career in Golden State. He said we don't know what the future can hold, and so that's not a non-zero quote. That's
not a definitive answer. It's not a no or a yes.
That's a hey. The door's open. And there's been reports that they're not he's not happy with the way that everything's being held this year. That they're just going to bring back the same team that was not good last year.
Yeah, and obviously LeBron was, pretty much favored to go play in Golden State. I think I said that was the team I thought he was going to go play for. Draymond hadn't re-signed his extension yet, and hopes that LeBron would come play. He has since re-signed. So they were definitely in the sweepstakes for LBJ, but didn't get him. And Steph, for the past 2 or 3 years, is still Steph Curry, playing very well, and his team has not matched his quality. So,
you see the picture I just sent?
Yeah, I mean, he's a big Sox fan.
I was gonna say, do you know Steph Curry's a big Red Sox fan?
I did not know that. I see him with Big Papi here.
He's tweeted about him before too. So
I mean, he doesn't. Who doesn't love Big Papi?
He's almost like Lil Wayne. He's like, we'll just tweet in support of teams randomly. Steph has tweeted in support of the Red Sox in the past, so he is a Boston.
It's hilarious because Lil Wayne's based off of gang affiliation. Steph's is just because he likes them.
Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. He hits bombs.
Shit, it's Wardell from the block, dude.
Yeah, it's
with his NBA dad.
Yeah, he was born a millionaire.
He was just living in an NBA stadium his whole career.
So yeah, there's been reports that he's
just
not happy. He's just not happy with how they're doing everything over there, and I can't blame him. I mean, last year he was 26.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. He only played 43 games last year, but there was a lot of games that he sat that he probably could have played because at the end of the year they were kind of just farting along and not even trying to win it anymore.
Well, they were doing the constant rope it up, like, oh, hey, he's rehabbing that hamstring issue or whatever it was that nagged him all year, and then he'd come back for like a game or two, and then he'd be like, nah, he's going to sit again next week just because acting out. They kept playing because exactly what you said. The team wasn't very good. They didn't know if they should, waste some more stuff. He has a limited amount of games left in his career, so let's not waste them. And he's still producing, so it's unfortunate.
That's how we're talking about it, but they're just going to waste another year. They're going to remake the same exact team next year. So it's like, just get this guy the fuck out of there, because like I hate to see a superstar like that waste away at the end of his career on a team that's just not even going to try and win just because he wants to be loyal.
Yeah. It's hard, though.
Their only plans seem to be LeBron. Like I feel like I didn't see anything else. Like they kind of were just like content.
They put all their eggs in that basket, and then when it didn't happen, they were like, I guess we're gonna re-sign Draymond for all that money, even though we don't actually have to. Like I don't.
They drafted what's his name? Yaxel.
Yeah, I think he's good.
The Summer League MVP, right?
Yeah, so he's interesting because he's an old rook. He played all 4 years, but that's not a bad thing. Like we love Baylor. Like I think if anything, that's like weirdly discriminated against now. Like that shouldn't be that negative. Like if he's still the best talent, like who like shouldn't focus that much on age.
I mean, he's an old rookie for the NBA, but he's by far the youngest player on that Golden State Warriors team.
And Pods cut his hair too. That might unlock Pods.
I mean,
Jimmy Butler's going to come back,
Pod's looking for a 25 a year, they're reporting. So, like, they're just going to be locked up to Pods, too, because, like, they don't have anything else to do. Like,
that doesn't strike me as, like, Brendan Pajemski goes to play in Utah for,
I just, like, why are you not trying to throw a bag at Jaylen Brown? Like, he's still not signed to the Pistons. Like, make the Pistons either sign him or you get him.
I mean, you're paying at a premium.
Yeah, for sure, I get it, but I mean, like, you didn't have to give Kristaps 2 years, $40 million either.
No.
Yeah,
well, because I think that's what Jacob said. Like, they were kind of hoping LeBron would be like, "Hey, let's
but
one more for the Gipper."
you could have gave that money to Jaylen Brown, and then LeBron obviously wasn't looking for money. He signed 2 years, $8 million. So, like, that money would have been there regardless if they signed Durant or not.
I think a lot of this has to do with the coach. I don't think Steve Kerr is interested at all in development. I think he's like, hey, let's put together the best team to win because, he's just talking about retiring. I mean, he's still got to be relatively, I don't know, he might be pretty old now. How old is Steve Kerr? He must be in his 60s, right?
He's definitely up there.
Definitely has some health problems too.
He
made it worse.
He just might be done coaching. So, I don't think he wants to develop.
Pods is one of the more confusing people from the outside. Like I'm always like, he should be decent, and whenever I see him play, he's like pretty decent. But like Warriors fans just seem to fucking hate him, and I don't know if it's just because they like love Steph so much and they like want him to like develop into a superstar like fast. But I'm like, Pods is not bad. It's just it's a very confusing situation there. Like I can never get a gauge on how good he is because his own fans hate him. But then I like look at the tape and his stats, and I'm like, it's pretty decent for a third-year player.
Yeah. They're just not very deep. No. It's like they got 6 guys.
Yeah.
Gui Santos is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Santos they're all good players.
He saved me in fantasy this year. I picked him up because I was like, no one else can fucking score on this team after Jimmy Butler got injured and Steph's not on the floor. So I just picked him up and he's just be like solid as hell. So I from the outside, I never really watched that man play because I was not watching Jimmy Butler less and Steph Curry less Warriors, but he seemed like a solid young guy.
Yeah, he was all right. Like he was a pretty good story for them this year that was mired.
And badly. Quentin Post too, but I think he left.
I don't think he's on the team anymore.
Yeah, he left. I feel like he's on the Grizzlies or something random.
Yeah, Grizzlies is just accumulating big guys that don't play. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't think Steph Curry's ever going to put on the Kelly Green, but I mean, fucking cool if he did.
Did you go Paul George and 4 firsts for him?
I give up pretty much whatever you wanted for Steph Curry.
4 firsts and Paul George is a lot.
Yeah, I give it up.
Me too.
Because we're going to win a championship.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a 4. I mean, I don't really our picks aren't going to be that good anyways for the next 4 years with Tatum here.
I guess it depends if it's the swaps, because I'd like to keep the swaps.
It would have to be the swaps. They're not going to, because if you don't do that, then it's Paul George and some shitty picks for Steph Curry. They're never going to get with that.
I'm thinking of 30-year-old Tatum right now.
30-year-old Tatum would be so fucking good.
He's going to be really good, but if we do the trade, we're down a dark path in the 30s.
Oh, I mean, 2030 is going to be, that 2035. I'll be a fucking full-time UFC fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Bruins fan.
It'd be fun for 2 years, but we'd be mortgaging our future for maybe a chip with Steph. If it was Paul George and like 1 or 2 picks, I think, but I don't know. The whole selling our future for an old man scares me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It is
but
Steph,
at some point you got to push the chips in, man. Like I don't, what are Tatum? I mean, the next 10 years of Tatum are going to be great, but like if they don't amount to a championship, what are we doing it for?
It's true.
That's what I've been saying with this Paul George trade. It's like you're punting a year of Tatum. It's like I would look, if I got to mortgage the future a little bit for Steph, then sure, that's better than Paul George.
Well, we at least got future back with Paul George at the same time.
Yeah.
With the picks.
Well, that future that you got back is going to go back out for Steph. So if you want to make that Paul George trade just to flip it for Steph, I'd be 100% fine with that.
Yeah.
Because then in the end, you traded Jaylen Brown and some picks for Steph in a roundabout way.
All right. Well, it's all decided. We're all in. Jacob, Red Sox. The team is actually cooking and not fucking blowing shit up in the offseason.
We're down by 2 with 2 people on right now in the 4th. But so if we win, but it wouldn't be the worst if we lose tonight because it'd be a sweep if we win. You know what I mean? We already won the series with 9 consecutive straight series, the second most all time in Sox history, which is insane because the other great teams that did these things were already great. It's like in July we had the highest winning percentage of all time for a Sox team, which is insane because we were the worst team in the AL before that started. So it's just been an absolute whirlwind. We've gone from literally below, like the lowest of the low this year, to now being 1 game back from the Yankees. It's like the wildest ride of all time, honestly. And we don't have any of our guys yet that we're doing with the scrappiest lineup of all time. We've Adley coming in, that Mead man, and then Crochet and Roman. If you told us that we didn't have Crochet or Roman for this whole year, it being a bad year would have made sense, but we somehow just climbed out of it. It just doesn't make sense. We're 25-3 in our last 28 games. Like it's actually an all-time. It went from like being like, oh, this is fun, to now being like we actually are on the doorstep.
Are we gonna win a championship?
Yeah, we're on the doorstep of like literally the craziest 2-month span of all time in MLB history. Because no one's ever been that bad and went on a run like this. Like great teams have done this, but no one's ever climbed. We
fired our whole manager staff a quarter of the way into the year.
This looks bad for Cora. Cora's that sucks for Cora in his cryptic tweets. That's for sure. He was like, "Oh, I hope they made the right decision." It's like, okay. We're winning 70% of our games without you, bro. So that's not good. I love Cora, but baseball's a weird sport where you could be a good manager, and it just runs its course, and then you just need a new change of scenery. It's like a weird thing.
It's almost like hockey in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that doesn't happen for football or basketball. Like you can have a legendary coach forever and it just stays like that. But like you almost like there are not really that many like long time generational managers in MLB. Like these great teams kind of swap managers all the time.
And having said that, I was reading at my work often on my bathroom breaks the Boston Red Sox Reddit, and there's a lot of ho-hum going on about Chad Tracy, the current manager, right, of the Red Sox. I don't even know his name really, but he's done such a good job.
This is the Chad Sox.
Yeah, and he's done such a good job of rallying the team. But he doesn't have. When do we announce that he is the full-time manager of the Red Sox?
Let's keep talking about the Sox. They just scored 2 runs.
They just tied it up.
I just was like two men on, down by 2. Literally double just happened. It's just a magical team right now. It's like the Pacers a couple of years ago. They just fucking win anytime they're down. It just doesn't make sense.
I imagine Tracy over the course of these past 2 months, because it's been about 2 months now, like, he's going to win Manager of the Year, right? I imagine. Maybe he won't.
Yeah,
if we cool off.
It's either them or the Rays. The Rays are like, I don't even know how to the Rays. I don't know how to compare them in an NBA sense, where they like don't ever have good, like the best players in the league, but they're always up there and good. They're like the Brewers of the AL. They just are always good. They're always good. Like the Rays are not supposed. The Rays are supposed to be the bottom of our division this year, and they have the number 1 record in the AL. It just doesn't never.
Yeah,
make sense.
they make no sense.
They just have a crazy, like, baseball's a weird sport where you can get away with just having very smart people in the background. It's not like that with basketball, where, like, it's kind of just the talent on paper. And obviously, there's some schemes but, like, the talent on paper really dictates it. But baseball, it's like there's, like, labs, and they can pull talent out of fucking a hat out of any moment in baseball with, like, how crazy the bullpen is. And
well, the biggest thing is, like, they lost the number 1 of number 1 prospects in Wander Franco. Like, they never really got Wander Franco. In this run, like,
yeah, it turned out to be a pedo.
Yeah,
that was tough. But good thing that this junior Caminero guy, it just came out of nowhere.
Who came out of nowhere? Yeah,
he already has the 6th most. He already is in the top 10 for homers of all time, and he's like in his 2nd season. He's like 84 in like 2 good years in the Razors. But yeah, no more. The Sox are just crazy. I'm excited for Adley. That's for sure.
I know. I was going to say the big trade has happened. We traded Marcelo Meyer, a bunch of top 10 pitching prospect. Like, you know, we emptied a bit of the farm for a 28-year-old catcher who's coming off of. He was supposed to be like the best catcher prospect of the sport for a while, right? Adley Rutschman.
Yeah,
but has had kind of a middle of the road career.
Yeah, for catchers, he's still been above average. Catchers are just so shaky when it comes to. He's still like he's had a Silver Slugger and 3 All-Stars as a catcher. Like he's definitely like top 5 catchers in the league. I'd say catchers are just so weird. Like Cal Raleigh sucks this year.
Yeah.
So it never makes sense. But he's definitely the best catcher we've had since Veritek, and he's switch hitter, so it feels a little familiar there. But I'm just excited.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Because we've had Wong and Navarez in there. It's just been an instant strikeout. Even though Wong just homered this game, but.
Yeah, Swong's like, isn't he weirdly putting an okay season together?
yeah. He didn't have an RBI until the last month of the fucking season last year, but now he's like way better. Baseball is weird like that.
Yeah. The lasting vestige of the fucking Mookie trade, who, by the way, didn't we sweep the Dodgers in LA?
Yeah, we swept them.
So.
In the face, and then that was an insane high because we swept them, and then the next day it was the Adley trade. We're just like, holy fuck, we're back.
Yeah, it's all good in Beantown. Let's re-up Chad Tracy. Let's keep this hot hand going. But let's beat those goddamn Yankees because they're talking shit like it don't stink.
They're just scared
behind them.
Yeah, they're just scared. They're saying that when we're 15 behind, now we're 1 behind. They're saying the same thing. They're not real. They're just scared.
Judge might not play the rest of the year. Like he's battling an injury. So
and if like Roman and Crochet don't come back and Judge doesn't come back, we're in a better shape. I'd say that's for sure because they got a lot of that done with Judge there. Their beginning was way hotter. They've been like middling since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
let's go Sox.
I hope we get a playoff series versus them in the wild card. That'd be fun.
It's a good time to get in on them. I mean, it's been a really good past 2 months. I was trying to get in on them when they unfortunately sucked and blew the team up. But now they're hot again, so it's a good time to get back in get ready for October because I have a feeling it's coming to Fenway.
Yeah,
October baseball.
The prospect chatter really annoys me too because we just saw Mayer go for just a reliever, and we could have traded him for Ketel Marte a couple years ago. So it's like you hang on to these guys. Like there's a lot of prospects you got to sell high. The guys we drafted that everyone's so mad about, the prospects we just drafted them last year. So it's not even like we've been cooking these guys. Like we just draft more arm talent this year. Like we'll just fucking recycle it. I'm not too concerned about that at all. Like Christian Campbell too is like a number 3 prospect, and now he can't even play AAA. So it's like you can't hang on to these guys. You got to real people that actually break through are way more valuable. I think Chaim and Breslau really tricked us into thinking hoarding prospects.
Oh, you mean Heim?
Heim, yeah, Chaim. Chaim. I was like reading it. I was like reading it in my brain the way it's spelled. But
by the way, he's over in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. But like when he was here, he was like so big on the prospect hoarding. Like that's what we were hanging on to post Mookie with the whole Roman three-headed monster. Now none of the three-headed monster are contributing. It's like, all right, dude, let's trade some of these fucking prospects for real guys.
Yeah, prospect talk is always annoying. If you're so high on it's annoying because of course they're on the right side. Like, oh, this guy could be something someday that's way better than what but it's speculation. Like, let's go 5%, for the guy who's hot.
Yeah, 5% actually come through and are good. It's very, very little.
Yeah.
That's the Sox corner.
Our Sox, let's hope they come through as the top of the 5th tie ball game over in oh no, they're home. But against the White Sox.
Would be the 8th straight dub.
Yeah. Speaking of dubs, well, I was trying to make a World War II winning joke because we're about to jump into Oppenheimer, but we got to cover
an acronym too, dub 2.
Yeah, World War II. But the original dub, the Declaration of Independence. We're gonna do a quick wrap up of July Independence Month with a brief review of National Treasure, starring Nicolas Cage, 2004, film that it's a Disney film. I'm sure we're all familiar with it if you're in our generation, but directed by John Turteltaub, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and Disney, starring Nicolas Cage as treasure hunter Ben Gates, who discovers a map to a legendary founding father's treasure hidden in the back of the Declaration of Independence. I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. It's become a meme for a reason. So when it is Sean Bean, his rival, who plots to steal the document, Ben decides he has to steal first to protect it. And then there's a puzzle chase throughout the American Revolution and the American city of Philadelphia and DC and all that. So, guys, National Treasure, Independence Month.
Ned Stark was a real fucking dickhead in this movie, huh?
Sean Bean, I mean, a guy who sticks out like a sore thumb in this movie, being like, "What are you doing? You should be doing something like better than this." And he was doing the fucking Lord of the Rings, right? But at the time,
Lord of the Rings too. Jesus Christ, that guy fucking loved the old times.
Well, I mean, Lord of the Rings is one of the most seminal pieces of fantasy.
His death in Lord of the Rings, holy shit, it stuck with me my whole childhood. Him on his knees taking arrows.
And then followed up about 10 years later in fucking Game of Thrones.
It's true. Man dies.
How many times do we have to watch this guy die and feel awful about it? But yeah, Sean Bean. Love him.
I mean, that was definitely a movie.
It's a rough movie, but with every Nick Cage movie, though, I'm still thankful that he exists and that he's working. You know what I mean? I love Nick Cage. I don't give a fuck about how good a movie is. my eyes are glued to him.
You get a good Nicolas Cage performance in this film. You got to appreciate it. He tried. Yeah.
Even one thing about him is it doesn't matter how shit the movie is, he's going to put 110% into every fucking one of them. Like, it could be like the worst fucking movie. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm good. They're going to think I'm trying to go for an Oscar off of a Disney movie right now.
And that's why he's the best.
Sometimes it goes wacky, like in fucking Face Off, dude.
Oh, for sure.
It goes fucking weird sometimes.
It's very funny, though, even when it does go weird. I mean, like, fucking Long Legs was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's another one where it was like, let me in now.
Have you ever seen Mandy? Nice. Cody, have you ever seen Mandy?
I have. Yes, I have.
An acid trip, a kind of horror movie. Like that might be one of his better movies. Like
it's a weird one, but it's good.
Yeah, that makes you feel like you're on drugs. So Steve, I'd recommend it if you're just in for the weirdest experience ever. But it's actually a decent movie in my opinion.
It's
compared
pretty
to his other movies. Yeah.
It's not very narrative heavy. You know, it is just like it's like a horror acid trip revenge like action film. But National Treasure, this is a movie that has a somewhat complex script, trying to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Fun little
it's a movie
stuff. Like I think it falls into the same traps a lot of these adventure things happen. Is like if every situation is as high stakes as it is, then none of the situations are high stakes anymore. Like it loses its charm.
It's like a James Bond movie.
Like the first
Where it's
scene,
like the story's almost secondary.
Yeah, like the first scene is like, all right, the boat's blowing up and they're gonna die. Okay, so then like the next thing we're going to go to is they're sealing the Declaration of Independence. They could die, and then they're leaving with the Declaration of Independence, and then they're getting shot at. They could die, and it's like, how many times are we gonna do this? And then you find like 5 more traps that they go through. Like,
yeah, it's a kids movie, right? But I think the ultimate thing about this is like this was sort of kicking off in the early to beginning of the middle stages of the internet, where we're starting to develop like. I remember the talks of like Illuminati, secret society, the Masons, all this stuff was kicking up right around this time, post 9/11. You know, people are grasping for a lot of straws and answers as to what's going on. And I think this one was catching steam. And this movie hit right around that time. So to kind of go into like the founding fathers were all Masons and they wrote secret shit and like the pyramid on the glyphs and shit. And back then, I think that kind of is why that film splash for the general public as much as it did, because it's not that great of a movie. It's a kids movie kind of.
Yeah, it's some cool little fun tricks in it with the like the actual puzzle solving that they did in it. I thought was more interesting and fun than like the actual action parts of it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean the game series, what's it called? I'm sorry,
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
It did feel. I felt like that too. Yeah, I feel like it was like Uncharted before Uncharted. Like it felt like I would have thought they were going for those vibes if it came out after.
Nathan Drake, a much more memorable character than fucking Ben Gates.
Are we talking in the game? We're talking in the movie.
I didn't see.
Well, one is a game. I didn't. The movie I have refused to watch. I saw Mark Wahlberg being cast. I was like, I'm out.
Tom Holland.
I like Tom Holland. I don't like him that much.
He was good in Odyssey.
Yeah, he's a great Peter Parker. But some people think he's kind of the worst part of the Odyssey. By the way,
some people were not happy with him in the Odyssey.
I didn't notice it that much.
I didn't notice it that much. I mean, somebody had to have the worst performance out of all of them. I mean,
he's fine. Yeah, he's just fine.
If they tried to put him as Odysseus in that movie, then he's got problems.
He's a great Peter Parker. I'll give him credit for that.
I mean, one loophole that pissed me off in this movie was they're looking for Ben Franklin's letters or whatever, and like the dad's like, "Oh, I sold them. I gave them to the fucking thing or whatever." And it's like,
yeah, museum.
Then just Google it. We saw like literally a scene before, like the FBI and shit. They're Googling stuff. It's like, all right, just Google what's on the back of the fucking letters too. It's like I don't. We didn't have to go try and break into this museum too to get it.
It's still a little bit early stages internet, Steve. That might not be available for them.
They don't know.
I'm just saying, we saw at a different part in the movie. They were actually Googling like where things were and like shit like that. Like they were in a computer cafe at one point, like hiding from Sean Bean. So
yeah, rated out of 5 stars. I want to talk about Oppenheimer. Sorry, moving this along.
Like 2.5 stars. I mean,
okay,
that's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna do 2.5 too.
It's 2.5. It's got a really decent cast, some decent performances, okay movie, kids movie,
Disney movie.
Stars. It's American history. I like American history, but somehow I'm not piqued by this film as much as I thought I would be.
Needed more of the comedic kid in it. I don't know what his character's name was.
Justin Bartha?
Yeah, I can't remember what his character's name was, but he was the funniest one out of all of them. I thought they needed more.
Riley Poole.
Yeah, he was fucking hilarious.
Shout out, he's the Doug that gets lost in The Hangover.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's how I know him.
Yeah. Fuck, yeah.
Honestly, yeah, that's wild.
I made that connection.
That's so long. That's so...
He is Doug.
He looks so different.
That's a big gap between movies. That's like 16 years between like major movies right there.
No. The Hangover came out like 2009. What are you talking about? 2008, maybe.
Oh, it's transformative time for him, though. Going from like early 20s to late 20s. I assume.
Yeah. Very funny.
Probably. But the big Mac Daddy of them all, and today is the anniversary, 61 year anniversary of the bomb drop on Hiroshima, August 6th. And we didn't cover for that reason. We're not pro bomb dropping, but it is just something that has happened. The month is Christopher Nolan month because the Odyssey came out last month, and Christopher Nolan's in the news, and he's a fantastic filmmaker. We just started off with Oppenheimer to correlate with the date, and it's probably one of his best movies, one of my favorite movies of all time. So Oppenheimer obviously covers the eponymous Robert Oppenheimer, famed physicist, leading the Manhattan Project and the creation of the nuclear bomb that was dropped on Japan to essentially end World War II. Inspired by the book American Prometheus, which I've read, which covers as a biography, won a Nobel Prize for covering Robert Oppenheimer, written by Martin Bird, I believe his name is. But this movie, it's covering a lot. It's 3 hours long. It's an epic, much like the Odyssey. It's an epic. It's Christopher Nolan at his peak. He has visual elements. He has a event in the movie that doesn't come until 2 hours into the film. That is what you're there to see, because his movies are spectacles. It's got everything, and I love it. It's one of my favorite movies. It's a top 10 movie of all time to me. I love the history of it. I love Robert Oppenheimer as well. Or maybe don't love him. I find him extremely fascinating. So what do you guys think before I dive into it? Because I get the knowledge, so I know I'm obviously all in, as you just heard. What did you guys think?
For a 3-hour movie, it moves pretty well. Rewatch at home, it doesn't grab you the same as in a theater. I think you really need that, unless you have like that full surround sound system in your house or something like that. Like, it just doesn't grip you the way it did in the theaters. I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it in regular theaters, but it's
I mean, his scores are so epic because like they need to be heard on those big movie Dolby speakers because they're so sweeping and epic.
Yeah.
Your TV, no offense, my TV, anybody's TV doesn't do it justice.
No, you need the whole sound bar and everything. Like, I got my dad a sound bar for Christmas. I'm sure this movie bangs at the house, but it moves. I don't, for a 3-hour long movie that doesn't have really any action for the entire movie, other than the bomb dropping, is like really the only action in the entire movie. It's
interesting.
It keeps you going. I don't know how he does it.
I think it's actually very purposeful.
I was going to say, there's so much at
the
stake.
Stakes are built in.
Yeah, you almost like think of the action like the whole time. You're like thinking of the stakes, like what could happen. It's almost like the impending action that you're thinking about the whole time.
Yeah. Before we fully, because I do want to go back to how you said it moves. The cast, obviously, Cillian Murphy as J. Robert Oppenheimer, Emily Blunt as his wife, Kitty Oppenheimer, Robert Downey Jr., fantastic performance as Louis Strauss, Matt Damon as General Leslie Groves, Florence Pugh as Jean Tatlock. I mean, this cast is thick.
Don't forget about Casey Affleck too, okay?
Casey Affleck's in there for a brief minute.
Josh horrifying minute.
Yeah, horrifying minute. You can just tell just looking at him. It's like, I don't know how he portrayed that so well as somebody that's like, hey, I'll just fucking kill you. I don't care. I don't know if
rip your fucking limbs off.
He'd interrogate him in the Russian manner.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the Matt Damon talking in the background, telling him how about he was like, I'm just not going to bring anybody back when I'm done interrogating him. Like, there's
not going to be a body there for you to prosecute.
Yeah, like it was gripping.
It's a loaded cast. Your guy Sean Avery, Steve, has like a semi-prominent role as the weatherman.
He's just in fucking shit. I don't know. He was in this. He was in Odyssey.
This is his third Nolan movie, right?
Yeah, he is trying to.
He's a legitimate actor. He was supposed to do a Broadway play. Like, he's trying his hand at it.
Well, like, to be fair, he didn't have any lines in this movie.
No, he did. He tells him like the weather's bad. He's like the weatherman.
Oh, that was the one he played in. Okay, because I saw his name pop up. I couldn't find him in the movie. It was a 3-hour long movie with so many people. But in the Odyssey, he doesn't have any lines.
In the Odyssey,
yeah. He doesn't say anything in that. It's like, I don't know. Like, you're trying to be an actor, but like, how good of an actor can you be without talking? Like, without lines?
I mean, it's FaceTime, right? Like, he's FaceTime in the biggest movies possible.
He's learning from the best actors.
He is learning.
Yeah.
Legitimately, this cast is full of the best actors ever to do it, and then the entire cast is guys and girls who have been in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, Josh Peck. When I saw Josh Peck, I was like, "Holy fuck, he's in this!"
He just pops up for like fucking 1 minute, and he's like a fucking part. Yeah, he's like, "Hey,
he's the guy who
if it fucks up, fucking bang it out."
I mean, the best actor of the cast is probably Gary Oldman, and he's just in it for 5 minutes as Harry Truman. Like, he's in it briefly. I mean, obviously Robert Downey Jr. is deserves in Cillian Murphy. They're the best actors of the film, right? But they're in it the most. They both won awards for this. Damon's a fantastic actor in his own. Like this, it's just I can say that about everybody in the cast. So it's a loaded cast. But the fact that you said, going back to what you said, Steve, about motion, this film is broken down into 2 chapters, and they interpolate they mix and match throughout the narrative. It's called fission and fusion, right? The color scenes, which are basically from Oppenheimer's point of view, and then the black and white, the kind of goes into the latter half where it's people who are stabbing him in the back. Essentially, it's the trial, it's the Louis Strauss stuff, it's the negative aspect of it all. So, I mean, the narrative structure is based on movement. The whole thing is about fusion and fission of atoms, the movement of it, and creating a bomb. And this is he works. I forget what her name is. I'm sorry, I have it. Jennifer Lame. That's his editor, and she is maybe the best editor going because she cuts all this shit together, and she kept this film moving, the scene switches, all that stuff. It's a hard job to do, and she also worked on the Odyssey. So I don't think it's any. She's supremely talented.
Yeah. No, it's funny. It's almost in like the moving aspect. Like Killian's in like it feels like 90% of this fucking movie. He's in like so many. If it's not him, it's Robert Downey Jr. in the black and white. And you don't ever feel like he's on the screen too much, even though he's literally probably on the screen for 2 hours and 45 minutes of the 3 hours. And you're like, he's there all the time. But he's not like forcing it in any way. And he's just, I don't know. It's probably my favorite movie of his, which is not, I don't think that's much of a hot take at all.
He's one of the best actors ever I love Cillian Murphy. His resume is long. But this is his best film. He's fantastic in it.
He's perfect as a torture. He's a perfect torture genius.
Even if you just look at all the names on this fucking thing. I mean, Jason Clarke is the guy who's ripping him apart in the.
He's Roger Robb. Yeah.
Josh Hartnett is Ernest Lawrence.
Lawrence, yeah.
Alex Wolff is in there.
Yeah, he plays. I think his name's Alvarez.
Luis Alvarez. I mean,
David Desmalchian, Josh Peck.
Like it's. Who's Rami Malek?
Rami Malek's
yeah.
Yep.
He's like.
Big time later role in the movie.
Yeah,
Kenneth
like
Branagh.
Benny Safdie is in the movie too. Like another guy
your
just
favorite
loves to
Benny
be in
Safdie.
fucking Nolan movies. Like
he's a hydrogen bomb man.
That's Edward Teller, yeah, and the guy who ended up stabbing him in the back.
Yeah, one of the guys who ended up stabbing him.
One of them. It was an all-time stab in the back, but he was like kind of seminal because he was so big at the time with the AEC because they were working on the hydrogen bomb at the time. He was the guy. But in that deposition, when he turned his back on it, was kind of like, another, just maybe one of the more fatal knives in the back.
I didn't know what to think of his wife in the movie.
Kitty?
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt's fantastic in this movie.
I think she didn't know. I'm not saying her acting wasn't good in the movie. I'm just saying I didn't know how to feel about her. Because like there's times where it's like, all right, she's at home and she's hammered and the kid's crying. It's like, you're not taking care of the kid. You want to give up your kid. Shit like that. It's all right. You have... it's never said, but you just assume it's postpartum, and that's what she's dealing with. But like,
it's a little bit of that for sure.
She deals with that, but then she's just like, they portray her as a drunk the whole movie. After that, like she's always got like a flask with her, and it's like, hey, are you trying to paint her out as being the bad guy? And then like all she wants him to do is like fight for the family, and he won't do it. Like he's pussing out on that too. Like after like abandoning her, like it's very strange. They almost tried to paint her in a bad light, and they tried to paint him in a good light, even though he was like a womanizer and. Like did a lot of shitty things behind the scenes. Like it was.
I don't think they try to paint him in a good light at all.
I was gonna say I feel like it was more like a reflection of how he's like torturing her, like with the womanizer shit. He's like,
well, I mean, maybe not in a good light, but like in a sympathetic light. Like, hey, when Florence Pugh kills herself, and then they show him having a breakdown.
Did she kill herself?
Oh,
it's pretty heavy. I mean, they even have it in the movie where it's a pair of black gloves that are on her head pushing her in the tub.
Yeah, I noticed that on the watch back, but I was like, I didn't know if I missed that. But either way, like him being involved with her got her killed, and like she knows that.
No, that's not true. So the thing about Jean Tatlock is that, first of all, these are all very smart women. They're all educated. Like Tatlock is super smart. She was into psychology, but she was also severely troubled. throughout much of her youth and into her years with Oppenheimer. Like she had some sort of mental health issues. Obviously, she was a drinker. I don't know what you like a promiscuous woman, which was not accepted at the time. She was very independent. And that's why she kind of kept rebuffing Oppenheimer throughout the course of their relationship. But he loved her because she challenged him on an intellectual level that nobody did. According to this, I think according to the book, what they're all alluding to is that she was ahead of her time. But she's also a communist, pretty outwardly. And
beginning of McCarthyism and such, like they just would kill people back then.
Right. And I think that so there's stuff with her autopsy, like she had barbiturates in her system. She had just eaten. Usually if you're going to kill yourself, you wouldn't have just eaten. Drowned in a bathtub. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Weird way to kill yourself.
But either way, he blames himself for it because he was the last one to see her. And then he's having an affair with his wife, and then we're going to show him having a breakdown about person that is having an affair with dying, and then his wife's supposed to be the one that helps him up out of it. They paint him in a very sympathetic light this entire movie, even though he did a lot of shitty things. Even talking to Louis Strauss at the beginning of the movie, he calls him a lowly shoe salesman. And it's you can't talk to people like that. He was going to kill his professor in Cambridge.
That's a real story. He actually attempted to do that, but he was severely mentally ill at the time, or he was going through real shit. He got bipolar or whatever, precogs, whatever they call that shit for the outdated terms, but he was going through some severe mental illness at the time that made him do that. But I also think, Steve, that these people they're all severely autistic, but they're high functioning autism, the highest. I think what they would call is Asperger's. I don't know what these I'm not speaking way out of school here, but
Elon Musk.
They're so smart and their brain is so powerful that they don't interact with humans the way that we all do with each other, and it's a constant battle debating about how he is important. He's actually important, but he's also self-important. He also is the main character in his own story. He takes at other people's expense, his wife, his friends, He's a very complex character. You keep saying they paint him in a positive light, and there are very positive aspects of J. Robert Oppenheimer. I think he's ultimately was a good person, but he's complex. He's a human like the rest of us.
He's a hoe.
He is a hoe, philanderer for sure. But Kitty, she got cheated on, but she cheated on her first husband or second husband with Oppenheimer in his house, in the guy's house, and he got knocked up by Oppenheimer and divorced the husband. There's no innocent hands. These are all people living their lives and making mistakes. And Oppenheimer got strung up for his pretty vocally and loudly. And that's kind of what this film is about. And that's the main antagonal twist is that he gets basically crucified for things that are speculative crimes at best.
All my homies hate Strauss.
Shout out to Rami Malek's character, who doesn't have a speak line the entire movie until the deposition at the end. And even though Oppenheimer multiple times basically shoos him away and embarrasses him, he still is hey, for science, well,
because they wanted to protest the dropping of the Hiroshima bomb, and he was I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be vocal against this, because he was already being as speculated as a communist, but also he's the founder of the project, right? He kind of has to see it through, and he wasn't going to fly in the face of the military and turn his back on him.
It was $2 billion or something.
Yeah. But Malek, he pulls through from him. But so does Kitty. I just want to circle back to Kitty. Kitty was another woman who was well ahead of her time. She had lost her husband, her first husband, who was kind of an abusive drunk. He just kind of, I think, drank himself to death. The second husband was a communist, ended up going, she loved him, ended up going and fighting in the Spanish Revolution there, dies there. So that's when, she marries this third guy who's older and has money like her. And Oppenheimer comes in and she marries. She falls in love with him, but she holds him down. He stabbed her in the back. He did her dirty, but at the end in the film, she holds him down the whole time because she loves him.
Yeah, she was like, it was funny to seeing like those scenes where they're like kind of talking about strategy and legal stuff. She's always like, "Fuck, stop being so nice. These people are backstabbing you." Like those scenes are pretty interesting. Being like, "Fuck, why you shook his hand after that Benny Saff? She fucking backstab you."
And she just doesn't shake his hand after he reaches out. She's the most convicted out of the film. Like she loves Oppenheimer. She is his, and she will defend her man. She had throughout history, but she's also very truly herself. Like she's just drinker. She definitely had postpartum, like you said. They pretty much did just drop their kids off when they were young because they had to go work on the fucking Manhattan Project. Can't really be much of a dad if you're trying to win a war. Yeah, she's one of the best characters, if not the best character in the film. But Emily Blunt's performance is also fucking stoic and strong.
I mean, the way she explodes at the end when she's arguing with Roger Robb, and
she fucking
throwing everything back in his face and just like basically laughing at him like, "Hey, you're an idiot. Like you're not on my level." Like
she rips the whole thing to shreds. She's like 18 years ago. She's like 16 years ago when I was maybe considering joining the Communist Party. Oh, sorry, 17. Oh no, I'm sorry, 18 years ago. Like she rips the whole. She's like, "You guys are fucking stupid." She calls it exactly how it is. Like, this is a fucking sham trial for speculative communist association.
Mm-hmm. Just to get Oppenheimer out of the project, basically, right? That was the whole thing, was to get him out of the project so that he couldn't stop the next bomb from being dropped.
It was Louis Strauss grinding an axe because he thought that Oppenheimer had snubbed him.
Yeah.
Basically turned the scientific community against him, which I don't think was true. Maybe it was true. I don't know. But he made fun of him at the deposition, that grinded his gear. Louis Strauss was obviously a very driven individual as well. He was a shoes salesman who worked his way up into very powerful congressional places. But he did feel, and so he basically turned the whole commission. He started feeding information to the government, the McCarthyists, whatever you want to call them. And then when his visa came up, he essentially pitted everybody in the deposition against Oppenheimer and kind of pushed it, shadow commissionered the whole thing, that he was never going to get it. But it ended up biting him in the ass.
Yeah,
and the 59 appointment.
Yeah, they both kind of lost. It's like they both lost in the end almost. Like they both kind of, like he lost his position, and then Oppenheimer kind of lost his like future clearance and all that. Like I was reading in Oppenheimer's future too. It kind of fucked him up. He wasn't able to do much in the future.
Yeah.
What was the prize he got at the end?
No, not the He never won a Nobel Peace Prize. It was just a Congressional Award of Freedom, probably, like, you know, the best America award you can get. Hey, you're the best American type shit. But yeah, and that's the thing. Louis Strauss, who's a, you know, perceptive, like he's a self-important man, right? But Oppenheimer is an important man. They both end up losing in the end, for whatever reasons. Like Oppenheimer felt very conflicted about the bomb all the way through the project, but he had to do it because the Nazis were going to build the bomb first, and that would have been the end of him and, you know, all the Jews and probably America. So he was very much in on that fact, but he had real qualms about dropping it, the power of it, and where it would go. He had a lot of foresight in the moment to be like, this is bad. We need to put the reins in on this. And America had just had the best weapon of all time ever dropped into their hands. And like, we're not giving this up. And that's what, like, he's like, we have to get ahead of this. The Russians are going to build their bombs. And the movie kind of ends on that weird note when he's talking to Eisenhower about starting a chain reaction. And that's exactly right. Like a conversation they had in 40 years before that in the 20s led to all this quantum theory that led to the development of the bomb that now leads to the nuclear proliferation that we're all living under.
Yeah. We were just told we had to go to Iran for the basically Cold War reasons.
Yeah, right. And so Louis Strauss wanted to grind an axe, and essentially, whether or not Robert Oppenheimer was a communist or not is not the point at all. In fact, they even said at the end of his deposition, he was like faithful to America. They had no doubts about his loyalty to the United States. But it's like his candor during trial, his disturbing basically the fact that he cheated on his wife and lied and told the story about the communists to get off his back, was the stuff that strung him up, why he couldn't get his clearance renewed. And that essentially ended his career as a physicist for the, whatever you want to call it, working
military,
in U.S. Working with the best material, which has all been moved post the Manhattan Project to the United States government. Yeah, a complex character, and it does move. It's fantastic. I could talk about this all day.
That war in general is such a complex thing, because it's also like I don't like that bombs were dropped the way they are, especially on civilians, but Japan was fucking crazy at that time. If you've ever read any literature about what they were doing to China and all that, like, I don't know if they would have just ended. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it needed that, but they were like, oh, they're already going to give up. It's like, if you read up on Japan at that time, dude, they were like they were somewhat more as evil as Germany in ways.
The Bataan Death March and shit.
Yeah, that literally, like, I read a book that was like half of it was just called The Rape of China, based on what they did to China.
The Rape of Nanking.
Yeah, they would go through tying.
No, is that Vietnam?
I don't even know, but I read Flyboys and shit, and they would just be like tying naked kids up, getting eaten by dogs. Like, they were on some crazy shit back then. Like, I don't know if they would have necessarily laid down the sword like that. They might have. It's almost like, that war in general is just the most, obviously, there's no right answer.
Yeah, the Rape of Nanjing, also the Nanjing Massacre, was a 6-week period of mass murder, sexual assault, and destruction carried out by the Imperial Japanese Army in China's capital, beginning on December 13th, 1937. Yeah. So they had, they believed the emperor was a god. Like, they went back to, the fucking medieval shit where, divine order stuff, right? Like, they were bought in.
Stuff.
Yeah. And there's a famous story of the one Japanese World War II soldier who was who was on the island, a random island in Japan, who had in 1960 this U.S. plane's flying over and he's still shooting at him because he thinks he's at war with the United States.
Communication didn't get to him. He's just
he was holding down his post. Yeah,
best fucking soldier you could ever be.
Very low. I mean, there has to be some sort of fervor to be able to convince people to fly their planes into goddamn, U-boats and shit.
I mean, shit. We saw that in Godzilla -1. the guy who didn't do it. He said, "Oh, I had a problem with the plane or whatever," and they didn't do it, and then ran into Godzilla.
Yeah, but real people. I mean, those were real guys. They decided, I'm going to this is how we're gonna win the war. I'm gonna fucking dive my plane into a fucking destroyer.
I'm gonna use up all my all the ammunition I have on my plane, and then when I'm all done with that, I'm gonna go just launch the plane into it.
Yeah, I don't think U.S. soldiers on the other end are doing that shit. At least not in that capacity, that frequently. Anyways, this movie, the World War II it's such a crucible of, angst throughout basically the entire beginning of the 20th century up until its end. Even then, when does World War II really end? You roll right into the Cold War, which is all vestigial stuff like East-West Germany, the fight over that, and between the USSR and America. It's it's the probably most important event in modern history.
Now we're just on a standoff.
Probably close.
We've just been in a standoff since.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oppenheimer. What else do you guys love about it? That's the film, not the historical.
I mean, it's cool to see Robert Downey Jr. explore and be a villain. It's you don't necessarily see him be a villain much, and he was definitely a weasel in this. He did a great job there.
I'm gonna see him as Dr. Doom and Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday this year.
I'm so behind, dude. I literally haven't watched a Marvel movie since Endgame.
This one don't look great, so don't waste your time.
I'm excited for the Spider-Man. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, no,
it's pretty good.
I always fuck with. I didn't watch any of the Garfield ones, but I fuck with Spider-Man.
I fuck with Punisher, so I'm like, if you're gonna put Punisher and Spider-Man in a movie together, finally, like, sweet. Like, I'm still waiting for him to put fucking Venom in a Spider-Man movie again, so we can actually be good. But I don't know if the vibes from the Venom movies and the Spider-Man movies like really mesh like that. Like the Venom movies are kind of dark, like with the ones with Tom Hardy, and now it's like the new Spider-Man ones are kind of lighthearted. So I don't know if that would really.
I love the new Spider-Man movies. I don't know what you're talking about. I think
Spider-Man. I didn't say they were bad. No, I think they're really good, but I just don't think that the way that Venom is portrayed in his movies would fit into that Spider-Verse.
No.
You know what I mean?
They're not even. I mean, those ones are owned by Sony. Spider-Man is very much like in the Marvel universe.
No, that one's in the Marvel universe too, because they had a post-credit scene where
a post-credit, right? But he's never been formally introduced.
Well, Venom was his thing got into the new multiverse, whatever. Danny Rojas's character, whose name is not Danny Rojas. I just know him from Ted Lasso. I like one thing I did like about that. Christopher Nolan doesn't do a lot of like CGI special effects stuff from a lot of the movies that I've seen of him, and like the special effects, like the molecules and like showing shit blowing up and like the world, and all, I thought that was all just really well done, especially in the theater.
The bomb was practical.
Yeah, the bomb was practical.
It wasn't CGI'd.
But I mean, like just like the molecule talk when they were like when he starts explaining like the molecules to like another scientist or whatever, and like if you just had those two talking, most people would be like numb to it. They'd be like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. But then they had like you'd be going through the molecule. Oh, this is fun to look at. Oh, cool. Oh, they're done talking. Cool. We're gonna go on to the next thing. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a visual. He just has that. He can. It's hard to explain, but he just has his grasp on. Basically, going back to Interstellar, that visual verve or whatever, that stuff with when he blends the CGI, those whirling effects. Think about like the mega black hole at the end of Interstellar, and then this film has like the swirling lights and the fucking atoms, and it's just he just has a command on it that I don't think has ever been done. He's probably he's one of the best filmmakers ever.
He's on a crazy run right now.
Way above James Cameron.
No, chill, dude. James Cameron, T2, bro.
Light years ahead of James Cameron.
No, what?
What's
James Cameron's one of the best sci-fi directors of all time.
What's his best movie? What's James Cameron's best movie?
Aliens.
Are you going to put that above Oppenheimer?
T2.
You're going to put either of those above Oppenheimer?
I tell you what, T2 might have a case. No, Oppenheimer is. I like Oppenheimer, but listen, T2 came out in 1992. Different stuff going on here between the filmmakers.
I mean, James Cameron just came out with a movie last year, the third.
I know, and I hate
Avatar.
I hate it.
I've seen the first one. The first one stunk too. So.
I fucking hate it. I get it. I hear what you're saying, but like, in terms of enjoyability of films, I think Terminator 2 is like. It has something that Oppenheimer doesn't, but Oppenheimer has stuff that T2 doesn't.
It's tough to like break it down to enjoyability of films too, because you could say, hey, like Happy Gilmore is more enjoyable of a film than Oppenheimer, but it's not as good of a film as Oppenheimer, you know?
Yeah, right. And also, I am a fucking nerd. Like, I read the book about this guy after I watched the movie. I was so in. The book's fucking 700 pages long. Like, I was in on this guy.
When do you sleep? Do you just like rip Zins and fucking Red Bulls all night long and just read and then go to work in the morning?
I tend to read an hour before. I don't sleep that much, and that's bad. But I tend to read before I go to sleep.
You should work on that.
You shouldn't read if it's keeping you up. You shouldn't be able to read an hour before bed. That should be knocking you out.
Reading puts me to sleep.
Apparently not fast enough. God damn.
I get one chapter through and I'm done. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, I'm trying to watch
I couldn't even make it a fucking chapter fucking when I was doing it and I was falling asleep. I was like, I'm never going to finish this fucking book. I'm just going to put it down.
Yeah. I'm all blurry now. What the fuck's going on? Yeah, man. Let's anything else about Oppenheimer before we rate it?
Oppenheimer
Barbenheimer.
Oppenheimer is good.
Barbenheimer, that deserves mention. I mean, it was the fucking film event of the decade.
Both hit. Both hit for very different reasons. I actually rewatched Barbie with my girlfriend, with Aaron recently, and I was like, Barbie's fucking funny as fuck.
Barbie rules.
It's actually a good fucking
good ass movie.
Yeah,
like,
This shows about a Gerwig.
This is gonna stink. It's like you watch it, like this is fucking awesome. Like,
dude,
Fantastic
Ryan Gosling's so fucking funny in that as Ken. Like, he's so fucking. Every time he talks, I'm like, holy fuck, that's funny. But you know what's a funny caveat from Barbie is that, do you know that when Margot Robbie has that moment on the bench with that old woman where she's crying, like when and that's when the Billie Eilish song comes on, whatever the song is. Aaron actually has a very bad real life experience with that old lady. She's a very famous fitting person, and I guess she was telling Aaron that she needed to lose weight and all that type, really like I guess she's like a bitch in real life, but she's like a legendary costume fitter. So she got basically what you think of Hollywood rudeness of what she was hit all of the marks, basically saying all the wrong stuff to Aaron. So Aaron actually that almost ruined the movie for seeing that lady pop up. She's like, what the fuck? One of my worst memories ever. This lady, you know what I mean? It was almost it was a repressed memory of her almost quitting acting. And then she's just a big part of a really emotional moment. I remember Aaron being like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that stinks, dude. The one person who didn't enjoy Barbie.
Yeah, but she got over it. That's how good the movie was. She got over it.
I'm gonna find this fucking lady's name now, so we can say fuck her on here.
Chill, bro. Don't get blacklisted.
The problem is everybody in this fucking film is named Barbie.
Don't get Aaron blacklisted either.
You're gonna dox a very famous 80-year-old woman that his career is already over, basically.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that lady. All my homies hate that fucking lady.
But we're going to see it. We're going to have an interesting experiment this year. I wonder if Dune 3 and Avengers Doomsday, they're releasing on the same date. People, theaters, studios, they all try to schedule this stuff out to avoid taking box office away from another film, like these big event films. This is probably the most famous instance of this working well for both films. They made more money together when they came by coming out together. Barbenheimer became this big cultural movement, and it ended up paying out for them. It's the highest grossing box office film ever, biography film ever, $975 million. But yeah,
that was a perfect pair launch. It was girls go to this, guys go to this, and then both are so good that it was you know what, we're all good. Guys should go to Barbie too, and girls should go to, you know what I mean? It was kind of for each other's taste, but both were so good that it didn't matter.
You had girls just showing up in their pink Barbie, cool fucking summer Barbie, pink garb to celebrate the film, and then you have a bunch of dudes just dressed in short ties, fucking overalls,
dressed like Walter White, basically.
Bowler hats, smoking a corn cob, going to see Oppenheimer. All speculative and shit.
The whole time I was watching it, I was like, maybe is that why they had Walter White wear the hat? Because he also calls himself Heisenberg.
Oh yeah, yeah, true.
I was like, is he doing? Did they do a Oppenheimer play in Breaking Bad? I don't know, because it's a very familiar hat and getup.
Damn, how conflicted is that? It's just an interesting thing that the science community was so global at the time that Oppenheimer was good buddies with the guy who went on to go found the Nazi fucking nuclear program.
That was the most interesting part to me, is him being yeah, I respect this guy and I'm doing an arms race against him.
Yeah. And trying to get news on what they're testing and doing, and be oh, they're behind us, let's go. They're using fucking graphite or whatever. It's just fascinating.
They went down the wrong path.
Yeah, they're all celebrating. Rated out of 5 stars.
I give it out a 4-star. It's a 4-star movie, I think.
If you had to give a 5, I feel like I never give anything a 5 out of 5, so I'll give it a 4.8.
Yeah, this is a 5-star for me.
I'm the type of person that never gives perfect, even though I'm saving it for perfect, but that's never going to happen. So I'm just always going to give right under it. That's how I always go with all ratings.
I'm high on it because I've seen it 4 times. You know how many hours that is? My life.
12? That's half of a day.
Yeah.
Watching this.
That's too many hours of my life to dedicate to this one film, but it's fucking, it's got it.
I mean,
It's crazy.
the only
You
thing
say-
holding it back for me from being like a 4.5 or a 5 is that like is my own stupidity of not understanding a lot of things they're talking about, like with the communism and socialism and all this that. And that's the only thing that held it back for me because I just don't understand that, and that's not the movie's fault. That's a me problem. I know that the communism was bad. That's pretty apparent throughout the movie is that they just did not like communism. So
they didn't like those countries.
Yeah, chill.
It's an easy label.
Yeah,
you almost do need. It's such an unapproachable movie for the general audience. It requires that you have.
Oh yeah,
they try to explain as much as you can.
I didn't know shit about Oppenheimer. I just knew about the bomb. I didn't even know who the guy who made the bomb's name was until I saw this movie. So I mean, I was the general audience who didn't know shit, and I still really found a way to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's also just not subject matter wise, not an approachable movie. Like the general audience, they want to watch a movie about how the atomic bomb got made. That sounds boring as shit.
It's a 3-hour long.
Yeah,
it's not an hour and 45 minute, real quick in and out. It's 3 hours, and it takes 2 hours before they drop the bomb.
Yeah, and it's not even. But that's the thing. It's not about the bomb. It's about the guy, and that's universal and fascinating.
That's the Barbenheimer effect. Is that like, hey, I'll go see Barbie with you if you go see Oppenheimer with me, and then they both end up doing that. I don't know if any of these new releases are going to end up doing that. I don't think anybody's going to see Spider-Man. Like, hey, we can go see Spider-Man if we go see the Odyssey. Like, I don't know if that's
the closest
crossover.
The closest we got to that this year was the Backrooms Obsession crossover, kinda.
That's like the same genre. So, like, if you really enjoy horror, you're going to go see both, anyways.
Yeah, no, it's not nearly Barbenheimer, where it's like such a genre.
That's the yin and yang right there. That's the absolute opposite.
It's literally the hottest chicks ever and the worst dudes ever. Like history nerd,
sweaty nerds. They make attractive people way less attractive in Oppenheimer. Like that's the goal.
Robert Downey Jr. got a fucking bald cap on, like sick. Like
Benny Safdie's the sweatiest man ever. I don't even think he's attractive.
He is so sweaty.
They just make everyone sweaty and like just gross. Like obviously geniuses. That's the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all sweaty, gross geniuses.
The only guy that came out looking handsome out of that whole fucking movie is Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Well, Damon, but also Lawrence. Dr. Lawrence too.
Oh yeah.
Whatever his name is. Josh Hartnett, but that's just a handsome dude.
You just can't make that guy look ugly, honestly.
Yeah, he's just a fucking handsome dude. He even looks good in his older age.
That's the guy. Wait, that's the guy in that movie, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, right?
Yeah, that movie was fucking bad.
It was
Trapped. Trapped. Yeah,
Butcher. Oh no, is it Trapped? Yeah, he's the butcher, right?
That movie was so fucking bad.
Yeah, I thought it. I honestly, if we were to remove M. Night's daughter's singing, I think it'd be a way better movie. Like 25 minutes of the movie felt like a concert for her, and I respect a dad trying to get his daughter shine, but in the movie,
sure.
I was
you
like,
could have got
shit.
Sabrina Carpenter to be that. I mean, she wasn't as big as she is now at the time, but she could sing.
I mean, her acting was so bad.
Oh my dude, her in the hallway.
Sabrina Carpenter was an actor to begin like that. You know, she would have fit perfectly in the role.
Fucking Miley Cyrus in that bitch.
Yeah.
That was that. And
although we are just taking away a role from a young Indian woman who's trying to be an actor. Give it
to be fair, we're not taking away a impoverished young Indian woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
depending on this role to get by.
It's a nepo kid. They don't. Nepo kid's a nepo.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Nicolas Cage is a nepo kid. People forget that.
Every actor is.
That's the whole industry.
I was gonna say 70. Like Margot Robbie's rare, not speaking of Barbie, but like it's literally like 80 to 90% of them are all like.
I feel like Damon isn't.
Maybe not. I feel like back in the day, like I feel like all the people from the 90s and 80s are now like so influential. They're now having nepo kids. But yeah, you're right. I don't know if it was always like that back in the day. I feel like being a celebrity is a bigger thing now, so everyone holds on to it longer. And
I completely forgot what our next Nolan film is for next week.
Memento?
Is it? Yeah. All right, we'll do Memento.
I haven't seen that, so I'm excited.
Because I think the 4 were Oppenheimer, Memento, Tenet.
No, it wasn't the Odyssey going to be one.
I think the last, right? I don't know.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing the Odyssey, but we weren't sure if everybody's gonna be able to go see it. But I saw it, so now we're good.
We've all seen it.
Maybe we just do that next though. So it's I was going to say, maybe we do
Yeah.
that next so it's on our brain.
I can do that. It's going to be a rainy week. I'll go see it again.
I mean, shit. I can maybe not be in a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode this time when I go to the movie theater.
You sat next to a person with severe Tourette's.
Yeah, so the kid was like fucking 8. What are you doing in an R-rated fucking 3-hour long epic at 10 o'clock at night in the IMAX?
Yeah, it's an R-rated epic that's a Greek fucking book. You know, it's like it's not really R-rated, right? Like, what's the worst thing that you see? Blood and guts.
I mean, still, it was not a movie for an 8-year-old kid to be watching in theaters. The kid likes it that much, you can go rent it at home. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But you know what?
So
we're ableist here. You know, we're not ableist. We're pro people of all.
You're ableist. No, you said we.
I am not ableist. That's not the word I was looking for. We are pro everybody here. So
kids with Tourette's go see films, dude, and they got to sit right next to you.
Yeah, not in the middle of his 5-person family. He's got to sit on the fucking end next to me.
It's for a 3-hour movie.
So next week will be the Odyssey. Then we're gonna do Memento, and then what was the last one?
Tenet.
Or Prestige.
I wrote it down and I lost the list.
It might have been the Prestige. I feel like we hit 2.
I think it was the Prestige.
Because me and Steve haven't seen Memento or the Prestige.
I haven't seen like any of these fucking movies, really. I saw Oppenheimer and Odyssey. I think those are the only Christopher Nolan movies I've seen.
Inception, probably, right?
So,
yeah, that was forever ago, though. I mean, I couldn't even.
That was also one
where I was like a teenager.
Prestige is an older film.
We all saw. I feel like everyone saw Inception in the whole world.
Yeah, Inception. I was a teenager trying to get laid in the movie theater. Like, I wasn't really fucking paying attention to the movie. Like,
what was his name?
It was Cody Adams.
Yeah, it's me.
Steve. I think we're in it for it though, because I've heard because Nolan has confusing movies with his time elements, and I've heard Memento is the confusing movie. So,
oh boy,
we're in for it.
I heard Tenet is like where it's so confusing that it makes no sense. Memento at least kind of, I've seen it. It does make sense.
Gotcha.
Good film.
Yeah,
We'll do the Odyssey though, and then we'll do Memento and the Prestige.
Works for me.
But we got a good month.
Yeah, we do.
Cody's been waiting for this.
Off with a bang.
Cody's been literally waiting for this the whole start of the podcast just to eventually get to Nolan films. Yeah,
if Nolan films in general, but also Oppenheimer, if you ever have any questions, shoot me a question. I'll answer for you. Or you can just Google it. It's probably more accurate.
Put a comment down below if you have any questions about Oppenheimer. Cody will answer them next podcast.
Yeesh.
This
has been the Banner Report.
Did it hurt?
Did it hurt in that movie theater? With me? No, but this has been the Banner Report, and we are signing off here. We'll see you next week.
Go Sox.
Go Sox.
Go Jay, singular.
Rip. All right.